Bro, my shit ice cold, Trey Young. And you know I wear my heart on my sleeve. You hitting all the reads. Pack your shit like you finna leave. I go and hide your keys. Put you in position to win. Bless you without a speed. Bust you down in all the VVs. Yeah, we was getting cheap. Overplay my part, I can't breathe. I feel the pain in my lungs. I thought we really was one. My heart cold like Trey Young. Overplay my part, I can't breathe. I feel the pain in my lungs. I thought we really was one. My heart cold like Trey Young.
She ice cold, Trey Young. We both know when the weekends come around is when I feel like I'm safe and sound. Why does it have to be that way? Every single day I feel this way.
My heart froze, my shit ice cold, Trey Young. And you know I wear my heart on my sleeve. You hitting all the reads. Pack your shit like you finna leave. I go and hide your keys. Put you in position to win. Bless you without a speed. Bust you down in all the VVs. Yeah, we was getting cheap. Overplay my part, I can't breathe. I feel the pain in my lungs. I thought we really was one. My heart cold like Trey Young.
She ice cold, Trey Young.
Overplay my part, I can't breathe. I feel the pain in my lungs. I thought we really was one. My heart cold like Trey Young.
She ice cold, Trey Young.
Y'all see that number one pick right there? Did y'all see that number one pick right there? Let me set my background, man. Let me set my background. Did y'all see that number one pick right there? I know y'all did. I know y'all seen I'm here. I'm here. Your boy is here. They trying to stop me. They can't stop me. Salute. I'm in the garage, man. The basketball guys is trying to stop me. They can't stop me. We're going to get Sarr, dog. We're going to get Sarr. Listen, I don't know what just happened on my PC, but I had to hop on to my laptop, man. I forgot to. Listen, man, y'all can't blame me, man. It ain't my fault, man. It ain't my fault. I was here. I don't know what's going on with my PC. I'm finna get rid of that bad boy and get me a brand new setup, man. Cause that PC be tripping. But I'm here. Hold on. Let me change my background. Y'all know I'm in the garage on this nice Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Can y'all hear me? Testing, testing. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me, man. So we go ahead and get this cracking. Let's go and get this cracking, man. My bad, gang. Technical difficulties. Relax. I got it. Your boy's in control. Listen, I had to get off the PC. I don't know why it just disconnected from my internet. I have no idea why I did that. But we on the laptop, so please forgive me for my audio. I know it ain't gonna sound that good, but it is what it is. Let me drop the link. Because guess what? This is an Atlanta Hawks fan channel for the fans, by the fans, and I want to hear from the fans. Y'all know how we get down on this channel, man. So y'all know what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop the link. Let's go and drop this link real quick. Let's drop this link, and y'all know what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about Sarr. I'm here to talk about how come Atlanta Hawk fans do not want Alex Sarr. I'm confused. I'm baffled. There's the link. All you got to do to come on the panel is follow the link. Just make sure you got your camera on. But let me get my shout outs. I'm behind. I know. I'm sorry. I'm a bad host. My bad, gang. I know. I got to do better. I'm going to do better. But let's start off. Let me get my shout outs going on. Salute. Clean music in the building. Salute the mic in the building. Salute the ticket in the building who hating. Salute the Cujo in the building. Salute the Tanju. Salute the Craig. Salute the Starks. Raj, the #1 Hawks hater. Salute the Tanju. Salute to who else we got up in here. Tap in with me. Let me know you in the building. Salute to my guy Dane. Salute to who else in here? Rashad in the building. Salute to who else up in here? Tap in. Let me know you in the building, gang. Let me know you in the building before we get started. Salute to JYFSA. I don't know how to say that. JYFSA in the building. Salute. Who else up in here? Salute my guy Southside in the building, tapping in once again. Salute to the homeboy G. Salute to Darian in the building once again. You coming on the panel, Darian? What's good? Salute to Trishan. Who else in here? Salute to the homeboy Daniel. Salute the DS boy in the building. Let's bring on our guest. We got Mr. Matt in the building. Dame Bupp in the building. What's good, gang?
Shit, nothing much. Chilling.
Hold on, let me bring this let me bring this hater up here real quick. Let me bring this Sarr hater up here. Sarr hater 1. I got Sarr hater 1, which is Matt.
Gerald. Hey, you know what, Damon? I feel good.
What's up?
Damon, I feel good. I'm reading this this new athletic. I'm reading this new athletic article, Damon, that dropped just like 5 minutes ago. I feel very good because there's a certain Frenchman who's at the top, at least at the moment.
If he ain't 7-1,
at least reportedly of the Hawks board.
If he ain't 7-1, we don't want
him. His name is.
Are we talking with or without shoes?
His name is Zachary Richichet.
If he ain't 6'10" without shoes, we don't want him.
Oh, okay.
Bro, do you really run
Zachary Richichet?
It's crazy, ain't it, Dave? It's crazy, ain't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I can read Dave's face right now. Dave just like, bro, I'm baffled why y'all want this dude. I'm baffled when you got
100%.
What's the reasoning?
Hey, Damon, real quick. I think, like, all jokes aside, I think it's fair to say we all can agree that we got a lot of problems on the Hawks.
Oh, that ain't.
We can
Yeah.
agree.
That's an understatement.
So I think the disagreement comes in, depending on what lens you look at the game in, you emphasize certain needs over others. So certain players cater to certain needs, and the players that seemingly can cater to the need of whatever lens you're looking through, that's the guy you're gonna want.
I want the best player. When you pick a number one overall, it ain't about need. When you pick a one overall,
So,
Demond, Sarr the best player.
What'd you say,
Demond? Okay, Demond. Let me ask you, Demond. Why do you think? Why do you think? At least reportedly, why do you think? From 5 different, reports, why do you think Ricochet is at the top of their board and Sarr is third?
He not on top of their board. I'm not going. I told you, Matt.
No, I said allegedly.
I don't go by those guys' boards, man. I told you those boards are tainted.
They're tainted. My guess would be because they saw them in France. That's the only reason I think they think he's at number one. Because they saw Landry and all them in France. That's the only thing I could think about.
Stipulate draft boards if you got the number one pick, because you literally don't have any barriers to entry for whoever you want.
Well, I don't, like I told Matt, I don't go by these draft boards, and I'm gonna tell you why. Like I told Matt, because they're manipulated by agents, players, and organizations. They're manipulated. Agents and teams use those draft boards to try to get teams to do what they want them to do, to make a bad decision. So said player they want can come to them. It's like when word come out that says Castle don't want to train with a team with a point guard. But I guarantee you this. I bet if the Hawks say, hey man, we think about picking you number one, come practice, I bet his ass be there.
So let's ask this. Why do you feel like Sarr is the best player?
Because he has the most upside.
That don't mean best player. That means he got the most potential.
The number one pick is always the player with what? The most potential and the most upside. Tell me I'm lying.
Oh, that's different than what you just said, though.
No, I said because he has the most upside. When you picking number one overall, you taking the best player available. So when you at one, you looking at who has the most upside. So when they drafted Wemby last year, besides being good currently, he also, the team's like he has the most upside because guess what? What he give me in year one ain't gonna be compared to nothing he give me in year 3.
Do you feel like best player right now?
Yes.
So let's get to that. Why do you feel like he's the best player right now?
Because he does everything at 7-1. He does everything that I would want from a center. But guess what? He's versatile. I don't have to play him as I can play him at power forward. He gives me so many options on both sides of the court that you don't get from, say, like a Klingon or Edie, whose physical build is good for one thing, right? Like you can take a Sarr and even Matt's boy, Zach, which is our sauce, right? You could take him and have him do just switching on anybody, running around, doing all this, jumping. You can't do that with a Klingon. You can't do that with a big guy like a Edie, right? I could safely say I could throw Sarr on the perimeter. Say team try to switch and he on the perimeter. Am I nervous? Nope. If Kling is out there on the perimeter,
okay, Demond,
are you nervous? Yes.
Edie, I would be a little bit more nervous.
No, Klingon got cooked too.
Well, Klingon got cooked one-on-one.
So, Demond, what about some of the issues that at least is pointed out that I agree with some of the holes that they might see in his game? His screen engagement, his rebound.
Who don't have a hole in the game?
Sarr. But I'm saying you said ready to play right now.
He can't play right now.
No, I'm saying He was ready to play now. So I'm saying if he's playing center and they're concerned about his ability to set screens consistently, right? His ability to rebound, his ability defensively to talk and anchor a defense, like that. How is that ready to play right now?
Why are they concerned about him anchoring the defense when, by the reports that you read, they all say he's an elite defensive guy? So why would they be concerned about the defense? That's one.
No.
Two.
No, his ability to switch is elite. I'm talking about his ability to communicate on the back line and anchor the defense. That's been talked about.
He's already
number one.
All your scouting says he's an elite defensive guy. All those scouts say that. Every report.
On switches.
He can switch. You've seen him guard.
He's elite on switches. He's elite on switches, Damon.
Now, I think mine is a little bit more credible because it's more of a question. I've been looking. I ain't being funny. I haven't yet to guard his position yet. Everything I've seen.
Go back. Well, you need to go. Go watch the games. Perf Games is on YouTube. You can watch the whole game. Am I right, Matt?
I've been watching, and who
does he guard?
Yeah, I watched him.
So who does he guard, Ticket?
He plays just like a Kongu. He hides on the perimeter.
How is he hiding on the perimeter? How do you hide on the perimeter?
The same way a Kongu does. That's what I see.
If he's on the perimeter, it's because the offense has forced him to switch and come out on the perimeter. You don't hide nobody on the perimeter. That's like me saying, hey, Trey can't defend. We're going to put him on the perimeter. Hell no. You put him in the corner when you're trying to hide somebody. Or you put him on a non-score.
What I'm saying is that you can switch and get back if you're what's it called? Hedge and recover, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Once he's on the perimeter, he stays there for the rest of the possession.
Bro, he's
pretty good at like weak side help defense.
I can pull up back to the rim. I can pull up where they put Sarr on the perimeter. They put him in the pick and roll, and he recovers on the roll man for the block from right above the key. That's what I keep trying to explain to y'all. He has the athleticism and the length. He has the athleticism and the length to recover from there. Remember, we keep asking, why do we go from corner threes? Why? Because when you look, the wings that we have on the court, usually like a bogey, they not athletic enough when that guard get penetration or whoever gets penetration and bogey and them wings collapse in, they don't have the athletic ability or the length to get back out there and contest and run them boys off the three-point line. That's why the three-point line in the corner always open.
No, that's Quinn, because Quinn trap all the damn time. So you always
guess what? When you got that, but take it, if you got the athletes and the length, it don't matter. He can trap all he wants because a guy like Sarr at 6'1", a guy like Mo Gay at 6'10", they can recover and get out there for those.
I think depend on that's a lot to ask, Demond, of him to be able to hit Demond, to be able to hedge high, to stop the ball and rotate over to the opposite wing. Opposite corner consistently. That's a hard axe. That's a hard axe at the NBA level where it's bigger. The court is bigger at the NBA level.
So right? How does
effectively where he's at?
Wait, so y'all rank Ricochet higher on defense than Sarr?
Exactly. So you can't rank him higher than Sarr, because if Sarr can't do it, Zach definitely ain't gonna do it.
No. I never said.
Well, that's what I'm just asking. Who y'all rank higher on defense?
No, Zach. No, I would give Sarr the edge over Zach on the defensive side of the ball. Just going off of the center position, though, I think the holes that I feel he has in his game, based on what I like in a center, that's where I'm like, I ain't really bought into this guy like that. Demond is more of a positionless basketball type philosophy guy. I'm more of a little bit of both. You still need, for me, you got to have a little bit of traditionality as well. You can't just be full positionless.
Yeah, but I think screen setting and rebounding is more about like strength and like, width, really. Give Sarr maybe like 2 years.
No. I can't.
Listen, man. Listen.
give you that because Steph Curry is one of the best screen setters in the league, and he a guard.
Listen, man, what are we talking about here, man? People said the same thing about Chet Holmgren when he came in the league. He's not going to be able to rebound efficiently.
He's not
Chet. Hey, I'm making the compare, bro. People said the same exact thing. They said Chet Holmgren won't be able to rebound. They said he won't be able to get it to a shot. And mind you, Sarr weighs like 100 pounds more than Chet does when he's coming out. Sarr weighs 226 pounds. Don't tell me he can't handle the weight, man. Don't tell me he can't handle it. Dude is 7'1" and weighs 226 pounds. He can't handle it.
RJ, you don't fuck RJ. Up. Hold up, this man averaged 8 rebounds a game. You talking about he can rebound?
He didn't start, bro. That's because of the league.
No, he averaged 4 rebounds, Gerald. He averaged 4. He averaged 4 rebounds.
Let me tell you something. Me and Matt had this discussion. 4.
He averaged 4 rebounds, Gerald.
When?
Wait a minute, Matt. Now all of a sudden you worried about rebounds. DeAndre Hunter have 2 rebounds, and you say, man, that's all DeAndre Hunter can do.
No, but hold on, but RJ, y'all religiously complain.
Oh, guess how many rebounds?
About Dre's ability to rebound. But now y'all fine with y'all 7'1" center not being able to rebound.
Guess how many?
He'll be able to rebound
more rebounds in like a longer game.
Come on.
Guess how many rebounds Chet Holmgren averaged this year?
8.
How many rebounds he had, Demar?
8.
That ain't good.
8.
That's not good
for a rookie player. I think that's pretty solid.
They
want you to come out.
But Demar, you are.
That man
was picked number 2.
Can't get 10 rebounds.
This will trip me out.
Demar, you are projecting a lot. You're projecting that you're projecting a lot, Demar. A lot.
What am I projecting, man?
You kind of got to project because he only averaged 17.
That he's basically going to double his production in more minutes.
Let me ask you this though.
That's just getting to 8 if he doubles.
I told you, no, I ain't never said that. This is what I said. Okay, I keep saying the same thing over. He's gonna come in, anchor my defense on his rookie year. If he can help get my defense as a team to top 15, 16, which is a halfway mark.
He's done his job.
This nigga better
and production. All I need from him. If he can give me 14 and 8 as a young rookie, I will accept that. Because why? 1, he ain't going to be the primary scorer. He not going to be the second primary scorer. He might not even be the third in offensive usage on the team, right?
He can't rebound?
We're going to gang rebound like we always did. You had Clint Capella. We had Joe Boyd, Gerald. And guess what? My thing is,
if we're gonna gain rebound, if I'm gonna gain rebound, I might as well keep a Conwu.
I knew that was coming.
In my opinion, a better fit.
I told you to keep.
No, I'm saying I might as well start him. I'm saying I might as well start a Conwu and draft the 7-footer behind him.
A Conwu is not going to start, Matt. You got to accept that.
And listen, man, and what you have to realize, I don't care what you think about the Hawks. Just as a team, the Hawks are the best team in the top 10 right now. That's a fact, bro. Who says me, bro? The Hawks are better than the teams in the top 10, bro. I'm looking at the draft, man. The Hawks is the best destination for any rookie right now. Because none of these rookies have to come in and be the guy. All these other teams in the top 10, that rookie is going to have to come in and be the guy. We're not asking Sarr to be the guy. We're not asking him to do that. We just need him to come in, anchor the defense, bro, block some shots. The offensive game is going to come. I'm telling you, man, Sarr's the pick, man. And let me ask you this, man. If you a GM and you pass on Sarr and he turns out to be everything you believe he is, you're fired, bro. Would you bet your job on it? But if you take him and he doesn't work out, hey, he just didn't work out. Everybody believed he was the first overall pick. It just didn't work out. You get fired. I don't when you pass on dudes like this.
I don't think so.
He ain't nothing to pass.
I think like I said,
the tallest midget.
I think I said hey,
that was funny. I told
Demond earlier. I said I call it Sarr lights. I think y'all getting blind by Sarr lights. You know what I'm saying?
No,
you see him dribbling the
we
ball
looked
down
at
the
him,
floor, dunking in transition. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I say, Matt?
I think his game is farther away than what
Matt.
You know, once you watch film on him and you watch the whole games.
You have talked yourself out of Sarr. That's what you did. You talked yourself.
I told you
I
was only going by highlights, but when I watched the full game, I was less impressed each game.
The highlights better than
I became less impressed.
It's just like
by the end of the 8th game, I was like, ooh.
No, man.
Let me tell you something, man. Some of y'all guys, man.
Matt got talked. Man, you got talked off your square, man. You got talked off your square, man.
Yup.
Gerald, he was on Edie. Gerald was on Edie. He was on Clean. That I remember. You were on Sarr, bro. You talked about how, man, this pick and roll's gonna be doing this. The kid can pick and pop. All of that stuff.
RJ, I told you that was RJ. I told you that was shame on me because I was only looking at the highlights. Although I always had sack in my.
Will you say the same thing about DeAndre Hunter since you want to replace him? Will you say the same thing about DeAndre Hunter since you want to replace him?
Yeah, I think Zach is better today than DeAndre Hunter. So I would start Zach over DeAndre.
I don't think so. I think DeAndre's a pretty good shooter. Defense wise, he can.
I'll take Zach.
Listen, man. Offense is not the problem, man. Defense is. Defense is the problem.
But Zach is a good defender, RJ. He's a very good point of attack defender.
Zach too.
I ain't seen no. Get the.
I hadn't even really seen it. I've been looking for it.
He
looks all right. He's not a better defender than Sarr.
I forgot to tell y'all this, man.
I forgot a better defender than Sarr.
Hey, y'all, I forgot to tell y'all this, man. Matt made up a new I don't know, a category. Matt told me that Zach is an elite. No. He told me Zach Sarr is a generational wing defender. Have y'all ever heard that before?
I say a generational shooter.
No, I said that about Koulibaly. I said that about Koulibaly.
No,
I said that about
Koulibaly. Have you ever heard that? What is a generational wing defender? I ain't never heard that.
I can see that. I mean,
what was Richard's 3-point percentage? What was his percentage?
It was like 40. He shot like 45 or something.
But what about the percentage when Ricochet was only shooting like 25?
Yeah, see, they don't want to tell you that part.
But what about that percentage? He went like almost
RJ,
like 25%.
RJ, he finished the highlights. RJ, he finished the season above 40% in the playoffs.
Okay, tell me about his turnovers then. What about his turnover?
Hey, RJ, you want to hear something, RJ? Listen, this is about Rich to say right here. Readiness and toughness and intensity are question marks. We not an elite athlete.
That sounds like the dude we got on the roster starting.
His thin frame causes him problems on both ends of the floor. Physical opponents can make his life difficult. Jumping off 2 feet needs work. Standing vertical leap needs work. His quads are probably not as strong.
He got the same leap as Jason. He got the same vertical leap as Jason Tatum.
Oh my God!
He has the same vertical leap as Jason Tatum.
Listen to me. Listen to what the scout said. Since Matt like going by what the scout said. The scout said.
Wait. So now you value the scouts?
Hold up.
Now you value the scouts.
No, I'm just telling you what the people you believe in said. The people you believe in said this. His quads. You know.
All right, I'm gonna read Sarr's. I'm gonna read Sarr's when you're done. Go ahead. I'm gonna read Sarr's when you're done.
They said Richard.
Go ahead, I'm gonna read Sarr's when you get
calves. You hear me, RJ? Dang.
Yeah.
They say his calf muscles is stronger than his quads.
Wow.
What in the hell? That is crazy.
How do you, Damon? That ain't even believable, bro.
I'm telling you what the scout said. This the same scout that Matt posted.
All right, about, Damon, you ready to meet? Damon, you want me to read?
Matt, listen to your boy.
Allegedly
has problems putting the ball on the floor. His dribble is too high. His pull-up game is still a work in progress. Can't really create his own shot due to his lack of an elite first step and loose ball handling. Needs to work on attacking closeout. His average ball handling limits him and is below average finisher at the rim. Has problems finishing in the paint through contact. Has some wild misses at times when he takes shots in motion with the ball just hitting the backboard. His floater needs work. Can't really punish mismatches in the post. Oh my God. That's the same shit y'all said about John Collins. Oh my God.
Pretty much.
So you gonna get a sit? Come on, Matt.
Go ahead and read Sarr's, Matt, since we were leaving.
Demond, do you want me to read
Sarr's
scouting community, or do you want me to read it from the Athletic? Why they have him third on their board?
Read the whole.
I don't care what the Athletics say. It don't matter. It don't bother me because I don't believe those guys. You believe them. That's why I'm reading. It don't mean nothing to me.
You read Sarr. You read.
Go read Sarr. Read Sarr.
Read it. I want to hear what the Athletic got to say.
Read it. Matter of fact, I'll post it while you read it. Give me a second. Let me get off Richard say sorry ass real quick.
So going back to what you're saying about Sarr being best player, right? You feel like he's gonna be rookie of the year?
I don't care about individual.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
I feel like Sarr can be rookie of the year, bro.
I don't care about individual awards.
Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you why I believe he can be rookie of the year. I'm gonna explain it to you. He will be playing. He will be playing with a generational point guard in Trae Young. He'll be rookie of the year, no doubt. If Sarr stays healthy, he'll be rookie of the year, hands down.
I got 100 on it. He won't. Who want to take my money in the chat?
All right. I got the scouting report for Sarr.
Oh, you want to bet that, RJ?
I call it. He'll be rookie of the year playing with Trae. He'll be rookie of the year playing with Trae.
Here we go.
I got 100. He don't.
Sarr. It said.
There goes Sarr right there, Matt. There it go. That's his weaknesses right there. There you go.
All right. What it say?
It says solid, wiry strength, but appears that he would never be an imposing athlete from a strength standpoint.
Oh, that wasn't the website I had, but go ahead.
Questionable whether he develops into a high-level scorer at the NBA level. While he does take threes, he doesn't make many. Consistently a sub 30% three-point shooter. The hope is that he develops in this area and makes it a more reliable part of his game, given his potential as a face-up threat. His release from three looks decent, albeit very slow in setting his feet and releasing the ball. So far, it's much further along defensively than offensively. Has real potential as a defensive anchor. That's his weakness. Has real potential as a defensive anchor. Is he vocal enough, and does he have the smarts to read an offense and lead his defense like a free safety? Not currently a standout passer nor a playmaker by any means. While he can get to the rim and finish, he can be out of control when stopping short of the rim for a pull-up jumper. It doesn't look clean and doesn't get the best results. That's it.
I can get a Conwell to do that.
That's it. Well, how come you haven't?
6'8".
How come you haven't? If a Conwell is so good, why he ain't done none of that shit?
Bro, he's not starting on this
I can get a Conwell to live up to those weaknesses.
Why he ain't? Gerald, a Conwell been in the league how long now?
4 years, 5.
He hadn't even beat out Capella yet.
So 5 years, he ain't done none of that shit. So he can do it all of a sudden.
4 years.
I'm saying this.
Wait, Demond, I also would like to add other weaknesses he has.
Sure.
Reliant on 2 offensive moves, lacks offensive versatility, lacks offensive IQ, inconsistent pick and pop game, struggles with screen setting, struggles with screen engagement, struggles with screen navigation, lacks rim touch, discipline in finishing through contact, defensive rebounding, turnovers when self-creating, questions about his ability to consistently play at the center position. Might need to play at the 4. May never at bulk.
You believe the athletic? Do you believe all the shit they say about Trae?
Motor and aggression can fluctuate throughout a game. Hell no.
Okay, now let me go see what the athletic saying about Trae Young recently, since you believe in them now.
Oh, come on, Demond. Wait a minute. I thought you said you didn't like guys that you got a question.
I'm just saying. All of a sudden, now you like the athletic. Y'all told me the athletic was bullshit.
I thought that's why you didn't like Khalil. You had the quoter.
But let me ask you this though, man. Matt and Gerald, let me put this out there. Damon,
by the way, Damon, this isn't a scatter.
Hey, let me put this out here for Matt and Jared. I gotta ask this. So right now we're down to we got 3 centers, one of whom Matt, you can agree with he needs to be gone in Clint Capella. I think Jared likes Clint Capella. Is that right?
He need to go based on how.
Okay, got you. So are we gonna really put the trust of anchoring our defense on Onyeka Okongwu and Bruno Fernando?
No, I ain't say that. No.
So what are we talking about, man? I mean, that's probably center right now is the biggest position in need.
But there's so many other. There's probably 5 centers
I disagree.
that can do the same job of anchoring the defense.
Ooh. So tell me somebody who you would trade for or go after in free agency. Tell me.
We need the names.
Oh, hold on. Are you talking? I'm talking about the draft. I'm not talking about.
The draft. Okay. So you're a component of trading down and maybe getting a center.
Yeah.
Okay. See, as long as you can see that a center is needed, man, I think the center's is the biggest need.
Yeah, I agree with that. You do need a center.
No, RJ, for me, I would leave Okongwu fine there. I would come back into that's why I said to trade down with Washington at 2. I would get 26 and come back up with a player or whatever, and get a center. I mean, get a center, whether it's Khalil Ware, whether it's Holmes out of Dayton. I would get a center from the draft later in the draft.
But let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this, man. I don't
one overall. That's a fatal flaw.
Really, I mean, I hear what you and I know you believe in Onyeka Okongwu, and that's cool. But when we watch last year, he's not playing Giannis Antetokounmpo every year. He's playing a lot of different bigs, and he struggled against a lot of different bigs. One of his main issue was struggling against bigs who were more skilled. Like he has the ability to go up against more athletic guys, but when he's going up against skilled bigs, I think we all can agree he struggles.
So RJ, what do you want your center to be able to do exactly?
What I need my center to be able to do is protect the rim. Onyeka can't do that, man. He got dominated. Like I said, especially when he goes against skilled guys. I need my center
block rate is the same as Okongwu. His block rate is the same as Okongwu's.
Listen, man.
That block rate was elite. Let me check.
Here's my thing with that. Here's my thing with Sarr's stats.
It's literally the same.
This is my thing with his stats, bro. The biggest difference is he never really got the opportunity when he was playing for those Perth Wildcat team over there in Australia. He didn't get the opportunity over there, and it wasn't because of a lack of talent. It's because over there in that particular league, they value that veteran leadership just being on the floor. He didn't really get the opportunities that he should have got.
All right. I'll give you that.
Hold up, Matt. Are you talking per 36 or like percentage?
Okay, all right.
On block rate. On block rate. Just so I'm clear.
I'm talking about their season stats. Not per 36, not per 100, not per 150 that people like to be doing. Because the problem with that is I don't like per 100 and per 36 is okay. I don't like per 100 because you're assuming that they're going to continue the production, that it's going to be a straight line all the way through their entire game. Sometimes it fluctuates. Sometimes you start off hot, you get cold. Sometimes you start off cold, you get hot. So I don't like to look at that per 100 because it's assumed.
I compare the team to this, man. Have y'all ever seen Glory Road, man? Have y'all seen Glory Road?
Yeah.
There's a scene in Glory Road when old boy who he picked to be the point guard was sitting on the end of the bench, and he's the damn near the best player on the floor. But you wouldn't know that because he only got like a few minutes when he stepped into the game, man. That's how I'm looking at Sarr, man. That's exactly how I'm looking at him. This kid only got a few minutes to actually play, where Zachary Shea actually
But okay,
had more
all right,
time
RJ.
and he didn't rise.
All right, RJ.
To me.
He had a few more minutes. He had a few more minutes. But
Not a
RJ,
few.
okay,
I think
fine.
Zachary Richardson was a starter,
what about
wasn't
OT,
he?
right? Like what about his?
Go ahead. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, he was a starter for the second best team in France.
Listen, man. I understand
he was the
that.
second best player in France, second best team in France. I'm saying, okay, take out
He's the
Perk,
second
right? You don't
best
want to
player in
include Perk
France.
because you
Get
think
the
he was
fuck- you
underutilized.
cap.
What about OTE, right? When he played with the Thompson twins at OTE, when he played 25 minutes a game, his numbers there were not much better. They
Listen,
were 11,
man.
6, and 1
But,
point.
but you got to
No,
remember,
they were 11, 4. No,
How
his
old
best
was
season.
he
I'm
then?
sorry, you're right. It was 11, 6, and 1.8 blocks in 25 minutes.
Yeah.
A year younger.
But how old was he
now?
then, though?
8, 6,
People
17?
grow every year.
It was-
What I'm saying, all I'm
17,
saying
18?
is, man,
17, 18.
here's my thing, man. If
He was
I'm a
2 years, he
GM,
was 16 and 17. Well, yes, 16, 17, 18.
yeah. But what I'm saying is, man, real quick, I'm gonna let you go, big dog. I just gotta say this, man. You will get fired for passing on a dude like this. I promise you will. I promise you will, because you're gonna wake up and say, "Damn, at the first overall pick."
But RJ, what if he's not at the top of
guy.
people? But RJ, what if?
You're not.
Go ahead, man.
RJ, what if he's not at the top of the board?
Well, Matt,
what if he's not at the top?
You're not gonna. First of all, let me introduce. We got the homeboy Ron in the building, man.
What's up, Ron?
This
What's
your first time up here?
Yep.
Hey, chat. So Ron, some love, man. Salute to Ron tapping in with us, man. Ron, talk to me. What we doing with this number 1 pick, Ron?
We need to get the best players. Sarr. We need to
Thank
get
you.
2.
Thank you.
We need help on defense. He bring that. 3, he don't got to depend on Trey.
Facts. So you ain't got to worry about no more of that Gerber baby stuff, Matt. Like
Right.
you did with the fella.
So what we talking about here?
You got
I'm
to
telling
talk
you,
Yes, I do.
want
I
him.
just read. You just read. You can't trade.
Matt don't want him, man. Matt want to go get what's my guy name? He want to go get the French Worcestershire sauce kid.
He wants to get Dorian Finney-Smith and Kevin Herter because that's who Richard Shea is.
Who? Who?
Yeah, what's the kid name? Worcestershire.
That's
What's
totally.
Yep, I said it. Yes, man.
Totally disrespectful.
How you say his
Not
name? Matt?
disrespectful.
Richard Shea.
It might be disrespectful to Kevin Herter because he creates a better shot than what Richard Shea does.
No,
Champagne, you over
hell,
there.
no,
Champagne, you in the chat hating
no.
Champagne. Champagne.
Right.
hating, bro.
More like
I'm gonna call
like Karan
Champagne a
Butler,
Sarr hater.
Darian. More like Karan Butler.
He ain't like Karan Butler. I've
Bro,
seen
we don't- hey,
Karan
play.
Butler,
How you
Mikal
you don't want no
Bridges.
damn clinging.
He ain't
One,
Mikal Bridges either, Matt. Stop it. He's not Mikal Bridges.
we need help on defense.
And that's what Sarr
And
brings.
Sarr's the best.
Right.
Like, I think the best defensive upside.
We need help on
But Zach is a
defense.
two-way wing.
In the
He plays
interior.
defense.
Matt,
Oh,
why do
okay.
you want to go get another wing?
But
that
Zach is
can't
a
create
good
the
defender.
shot? Why do you want to go get another wing? He can't
What you
create
mean
a shot.
another
I don't
one? We don't have
understand.
any.
He not listen, man. Your boy Zach not even better than Mo G.
That's cap. He can't create his own shot.
Mo G better
No,
than
Matt. No.
Mo Gay is
You're going
better than
against
Zach
every
right
single
now.
person's scouting
That's
report that he can create his own shot.
That's
Let me ask
that's
you this,
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Let me ask you this, Matt.
Hold up, time out. Based on Mo G better than him, based on what?
Based on what I seen.
What you saw?
Tape and games.
You saw 2.7 points a game.
No,
What,
I saw
Ron,
I
what's
saw
your question, Ron?
6'10" versatile.
My question
Forward.
is you a Hawks fan? Have you been watching the games?
Yeah.
I can't tell.
How you say that?
Tell him, Ron.
Mhm.
Because
Tell
you don't
Ron.
know shit about basketball, man.
Tell him, Ron. Tell him, Ron.
Whatsoever. And this
Get
is
on
no
him.
disrespectful to you. But we've
to
been
him.
losing on defense.
I wouldn't say
Ron.
that. I may have a different opinion. I wouldn't say that.
Dog,
Talk to him, Ron.
we've been
You
losing
know-
You gotta
on
dissect how we
defense.
losing
You
on
don't know
defense.
what
You can't. That's a
Ron.
blanket.
You right, Ron. You right.
statement.
Matt,
We're losing
Matt
on
don't know what he's
defense.
talking about.
You gotta. That's a blanket statement. You got to look at how we're losing on defense.
Because we can't guard nobody. We can't
we're losing on defense.
You're giving up 50% from the field. What you mean? How we losing?
And listen, man, as much as you believe in Quinn, bro, he gotta have the personnel, man. He doesn't have the right personnel defensively, man. I believe in Quinn, but I also believe he don't have the right personnel right now.
Let me tell you something,
It's easier to find a wing in free agency than it is to find someone.
Thank you. I agree with that 100%. Thank you, Darian.
A big man that will score the ball.
But okay, RJ and Darian. My question is, RJ and Darian. My question is, at least according to this Athletic article, right from today, not a mock draft, Damon, but from people in the building in Atlanta. The reason they had, according to them, they had Zach 1, Sarr 2, and then when Quinn and the coaches got involved, they bumped Sarr down to 3 because they said he's the center things that he doesn't have that he would need to come in immediately and have his screen setting, his ability to anchor a defense. So, we already went through his weaknesses.
His
position. My thing is
the screen setting, that's something that's learned through experience, Matt.
Screen setting is coaching.
Say it again, Matt. I missed the last part. Say it again, Matt.
I've been playing professionally for 5 years.
But y'all got
still like 19 years old, man.
Listen to what you just said. He been playing the pro for 5 years. He only 18.
Hey, let me tell you why I believe in Quinn. I will put with you pair Sarr with Quinn. Let me tell you, Rudy Gobert did an interview. He said the exact same thing. He said, man, when I first got into the league, I couldn't set screens. My screen game was horrible. He worked with Quinn.
That man
and now he's one of the best screen setters in the league.
It don't matter. Your size don't matter about technique when it comes to setting the screen.
So all I'm saying is, man.
So why do you think they?
Jordan, don't come in here with that damn clinging. We ain't trying to hear that clinging mess, Jordan. Don't do that.
And listen, mind you, anything that comes out of media right now, who the Hawks taking, bro, all that is just gaslighting. Because don't nobody know. They might take Bronny James for all we damn know.
Whole panel this.
Listen,
man. Let me ask the whole panel this. How confident are you guys?
I'm just saying.
Hold on, Matt. How confident are y'all that Sarr can guard his position? That's my number.
Bro, why do you keep saying that, bro?
Because it's a legit question.
It's not.
The reason I'm not worried about
Sarr can guard his position.
So
I'm not that worried about it because everyone in the NBA switches anyway.
Exactly.
Rarely are you guarding your position.
Hold up. So when we play Jokic, when we play Embiid, when we play those guys, you can't rely on the switching excuse.
Okay, but since you worried about that,
either way,
let me go look up the games when we played Jokic and Embiid, where we had Clint and you had Double O. Let me see what they put up against us real quick. Y'all go ahead and talk while I look this up. Let me look this up.
Hey, to answer the question, man, I believe it in 100%. I believe in the kid, man. I'm sold on
what
Sarr,
have you
I really am.
Him guarding his position that tells you that. Can you give me a reference?
To be fair, what big man in the league that comes straight in is able to guard their position? Who?
What?
Gerald.
What big man do you know that comes in the league that's able to guard their position straight out? They all have to gain strength.
If the dude wasn't drafted number 1, that wouldn't be a topic of conversation. But since y'all talking about drafting him number 1, that can't be a question.
Gerald.
So if I draft Ricochet number 1, I got to worry about him dribbling the damn ball.
Yep.
He's not the man. He's
creating a shot.
He's not going to have.
He can't guard. So if
you don't have to worry about him dribbling the ball, you want me to draft a spot up shooter number 1?
Darian, he's not going to have the usage, so he's not going to have to create his own shot. He's
so
going to
like I said, I'm drafting a spot up shooter number 1 then.
So what you saying? So what you saying, Ticket, is he gonna be Gerber? He gonna be Gerber, baby, like the rest of them.
Sarr gonna be that too.
You got
the only guy that wouldn't be a Gerber baby guy is Edie.
So we're gonna do the
no one wants the college
Heat
player
series
of the
all over
year,
again, where we
Gerald.
just have to depend on Trey.
I'm just telling you based on the subject that we came up with.
Edie's
the only one that has
so good. He trying out with the team with the 19th pick. That's how good he is.
Hey, niggas be wrong every day, bro.
Let me tell you something, Ticket. Embiid averaged 37 points against us. So I guess it don't matter if Clint Capella and Okongwu can guard their position against elite centers because they putting the points on us anyway.
And here's the thing, man. We don't need Sarr to be an offensive juggernaut, bro. Y'all looking at this wrong.
RJ, I never said nothing about the offense. I said rebounding the guard his position.
Him to do hell no, Ticket. You said Sarr needs to average 22 and 12.
Yeah, based on how y'all hyping his ass up, yeah.
Oh my God, but
can I say one thing?
Go ahead.
Why we cannot get the number 1 pick and send him to Olajuwon to teach him the moves?
He not a post big. That's the thing.
But he could be.
Was a post big. Sarr
he could be though.
Sarr. But let me tell you something. When you 7'1",
this an AAU center. That's all.
No, because when you 7'1", you don't really even need a post game because I'm just gonna shoot over you when I face you up.
But
Mike Muscala at the end of the bench for no reason, huh?
So what?
So Mike Muscala at the end of the bench for no reason.
He can't shoot,
bruh.
What?
So is it that the argument is that we should take Ricochet?
No, not for me.
Yeah, they saying take Ricochet. That's what they saying.
I know Matt saw this.
I'm saying no.
Well, let me go for a minute. Let me go for a minute. Let me go for a minute, Matt. Let me go for a minute.
What I'm saying is,
let me go for a minute. Let me go for a minute, Matt. Let me go for a minute. Just hear me out.
Yeah. Let Mary. Yeah, go ahead, Mary.
Other day, Matt, you was on a 4-hour call, and I caught some of it, and you gave a link, and I followed the link that talked about Sarr. Then I followed the link that talked about Ricochet, the same group, and it was Shelvin Mack, somebody we know. He's real intimate and familiar with Ricochet, and what he said exactly is that until Ricochet gets strength, he will get pushed off of his spot, so his shooting might not translate right away. Why are we drafting this guy? Why are we drafting somebody that's going to take 2 or 3 years? Yeah, he'll get pushed off his spot trying to get his shot off because he's not going to be as strong as an NBA small forward. That's what Shelvin Mack said about him. Shelvin Mack said he's going to be a great player, but until he gets strength, he will not have enough strength to keep his spot. He'll get pushed off his spot, and his shooting will not translate.
I said trade the pick.
Marion, the boy is so weak. The scouting report said his calf muscles are stronger than his quads. Do you know how weak you have to be for somebody to say, how is your calf muscles stronger than your quads?
That is funny.
How is that possible? I can't even think.
Hey,
that's like Popeye. That's like Popeye with those arms.
How is your quads the biggest part of the leg
even possible?
Weaker than the calf? And y'all want to draft this guy 1 overall?
I didn't say that.
Oh my God, bro!
I said pick.
Trade the pick for what?
I traded for the San Antonio 2 picks, 4 and 8.
For what? If the draft weak, why you want more picks in a weak ass draft?
To get who?
To get who?
To get who? At 4 and 8.
I go get Klingon at 4.
Oh my God! Here
go get a knockoff of Rudy Gobert.
I go get Klingon at 4.
He don't have no upside, Ticket.
That's your opinion.
Okay, Ticket.
You made more sense when you was on the Edie train.
Yeah, this dude don't got no upside.
You made more sense when you was on the Edie train.
That's what y'all think. That don't make it true.
Okay, who else you want, Ticket?
Now as far as 8, a wing guy. So
okay, why are we going to raise a pick on wing guy and really get one in free agent?
Because I don't understand. You can go get Zachary Ricochet in free agency. I don't get it.
So why raise a pick?
Why y'all keep putting Ricochet?
No, you can't. No, you can't, Darian. No, you can't. No, you can't, Darian.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
I can go get Dorian Finney-Smith and I'll be fine because that's what Ricochet is.
Darian, I didn't say a word about Ricochet.
I was talking to Matt.
He's not Dorian Finney-Smith. That's very disrespectful.
Dorian Finney-Smith
is a number one player in France.
I would take a wing at 8 because yeah, probably so. The reason why Ron is because even though I can get one in free agency, the ones that are out there that can help us win, we're gonna have to overpay to get them. Like
you
Brandon,
sure about that?
Brandon Ingram, you're gonna have to pay him. It was it $50 million a year.
Okay, if you trade for him, you got to extend him.
So I'm gonna tell you this: can the man ball? Can he ball? No. Answer that.
With me, I talk in reference to winning the championship.
I talked about a championship this year. Can he ball?
When he's not injured, I'm not paying 50.
Everybody get injured.
Who you talking about? Ingram?
Ingram. I'm talking about Ingram.
Listen.
Look, I would trade Collins for
man. Look, here's my thing.
Listen, this is what I'm gonna tell y'all, man. Sooner or later, you have to spend money. Okay, you got to spend money. Look at the Celtics. They payroll's $190 million.
And who did they overpay for on that roster? I'll wait.
Jaylen Brown.
That's a damn.
Nah. Hell no. He's the conference final MVP. They won performance.
DeMont.
He's making most money in the NBA right now. He is the highest paid player in the NBA.
Jaylen Brown over Jason Tatum right now.
Jaylen Brown.
I love Jaylen Brown.
He's only the highest paid player due to when his contract came up.
Of the deal. That's the reason, Mary.
Yeah, he about
to get paid. I just think that they overpaid to keep him.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
They're not gonna pay to keep him.
Listen. The reason why I'm so big, listen, man, you can go into this free agency period. You know who I want, man, and I'm gonna put a name on it, man. Go get Paul George then. Shit. Stay here this fall.
Another one, Paul George.
Hey, RJ, they don't want no all NBA player. They gonna come up with every excuse in the book. Every excuse. They either too old or they always injured. Like we ain't paying a bum $22 million who always hurt.
Hey, listen, would you rather pay the money and be good or pay the money and just be middle of the road, just average? Pay the money and at least be good, man.
I'm cool with Paul George.
You got veteran present.
But my thing is RJ.
Oh, Lord.
I pay him before I pay Ingram.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
That's a tough one right there. That's tough.
I do it because he can shoot. He can shoot.
I'm telling you, man.
I was telling you and Darian that you know, one of the things that I think and Landry touched on this, like they're looking for scheme fits, not necessarily like, yes, best player is cool, but like they got to fit the scheme, they got to fit the system. And so Brandon Ingram, like he don't fit like what we're trying to do. He don't play fast. He don't shoot the threes at the volume that we need. Like he doesn't fit. So like they could probably make him work, but he doesn't fit. So with Ricochet, Ricochet fits. He's a plus 40% 3-point shooter. He finishes shooter, he gets to the rim, especially in transition. He's phenomenal getting to the rim in transition.
Matt, what system we playing?
I mean, I would move down to number 2, Darian. I'll move down to number 2.
Matt,
we're playing a 5-out pace and space.
I'm sorry, man. I just feel like we can get a small. I mean, OG would be available in free agency.
That's who I want to go get.
Like, come on, man. We can literally and Matt, you're a trade guy. You're a trade guy. This is what makes Trae Young excited. You mean to tell me y'all bringing in OG Anunoby? And I got a big 7'1" center, and I got a young up-and-coming dude in Jalen Johnson. That's what makes Trae Young want to play.
But RJ, people complain every day. But RJ, every day people come up here and complain about DeAndre Hunter missing games. So you want to go pay OG Anunoby to miss 40 games?
I would pay OG. I think OG's better than DeAndre Hunter, in my opinion.
That's because DeAndre Hunter don't make no impact.
And listen, man, I'm gonna tell you something. People, as a fan, I don't care about the money if we're winning.
People have went on. Big Dive talks about his injuries.
Man, listen, I'm telling you, man, OG will be available. That's another guy. I threw out Paul George. It's just a lot of, first of all, I think it's a more talented guys at the small forward position we can go after in free agency than center. That's all I'm saying. I think you bring, and listen, and that's why I was saying earlier, the Hawks are the perfect team for any of these top guys because we're not asking you to come in here and be a 20-point scorer. We're not asking you to we're not even asking you to come in and give us 15. We just need you to come in, play stout defense, protect the rim. Hey, man, when Trey gives you those easy shots, you need to be able to jump off the floor and dunk the ball, Clint Capella. Come on, man. We don't need you to be just a flat out baller in year one. This is the perfect place for any rookie.
But RJ, my thing is, why would I get a rim runner? Why would I spend the number 1 overall pick on a rim runner who blocks shots off ball most importantly? And I could get that with Khalil Ware at 17. I could get that with Holmes at 21. I could get that with the other dude from Arizona at 26. I could get that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could get that back in the draft. Why am I spending the first overall pick on that? Or number 2 overall pick on that? That don't make sense to me.
Because it's going to be elite.
In this scenario, and I'll explain to you why you do that. One, those guys that you mentioned, I believe Sarr's floor is way higher than all of those guys you're talking about.
Facts.
But here's the reason. But I'm going to put this out here. If you
mean his ceiling? Wait. You mean his ceiling or his floor?
His ceiling. I believe his ceiling is higher than those guys.
Facts.
I believe his ceiling is higher than those guys, man.
Facts.
But I will say this. You go after this wing player. Let's just say you draft this wing player. We'll say it's Zachary Ricochet, number 1 overall. You bring him in. You running Onyeka Okongwu and Bruno Fernando at our center position right now. Bro, if I'm Trey Young, that don't get me excited.
No, RJ. I just said I'm going to trade back. I just said I'm going to use 2. I'm going to move down to 2. No, RJ. I just said I'm going to go down to 2, and I'm going to use 26 and something else to go move back up to get a center.
Okay. So
whether me personally, Khalil Ware is my personal favorite.
Now, see,
and if you look at his numbers,
I like gambling. RJ,
if you look at his,
but that's a reckless gamble.
And you look at Sarr combine numbers, they're similar.
Okay, so who's your center in the draft? Who's your center in the draft? Besides Sarr, obviously. Not Sarr, but who's your center? Who?
Mine, Edie.
Okay, yours is Edie. Matt, go.
Khalil Ware's my top center in the draft.
So,
okay,
Khalil Ware is my top center.
Like, yeah, who's your guy in the draft?
Khalil Ware.
Okay.
How you getting them?
Now, here's my thing with that. When you trade back, you're hoping
Khalil Ware.
You're hoping that they're going to be there because there's been talks Khalil Ware might even jump into the top 10. There's been talks about that. Zach Edey, you could probably get him. But here's the thing with that. That is such a freaking gamble as an organization. Do you really want to take that risk?
What's the risk?
If you trade back to get the center that you want and they're not there. Now you just traded back for really nothing because the guy that you wanted is not there.
I think Edey would be there.
I will give you Edey. I will if you trade all the way down. I'll give you Edey. But
wait. Again, hold up. Maybe I know I'm in the garage, but am I tripping? I'm tripping. What? Why are we taking?
So what they're saying is they believe trading back. But my thing is, bruh.
Why would I trade back? What? This is why we don't win shit.
I'm trading.
You got a guy right. Bro, they giving you the guy.
I'm trading back. I'm trading with Washington. I'm trading with Washington because I could still get my number one player on my board at 2, and I could still get a center. I don't believe we need a center. I think you can get that in free agency, but
you can get.
I can get a 7-footer in the draft.
What big, Matt? What big are we gonna get in free agency?
I can get Drummond. I can get a bunch of centers.
Are you serious?
Wait a minute. You said Paul George was too old, but you would take Drummond?
Oh my God, man. Oh my God.
Paul George is too old, but we'll take old Drummond. Old Drummond.
Drummond's not that old.
Bro,
as a backup center.
He ain't no Paul George
center. I'm not dependent. I'm not.
Come on, man. You got to make this make sense.
No, Demond. He said what center we want isn't available later in the draft.
Get out of the garage. You wouldn't give us the
Demond, he said if the center we want isn't available.
Well, first off,
Demond, you're not listening, Demond. He said if the center we want isn't available.
First off, Matt, the problem with your proposal, you said you wanted to trade back with Washington. Isn't that right?
Right.
So you're gonna call up Travis?
Yes.
After you stabbed him in the back.
Mary knowing what I was getting at. He knew. Mary, you got freaking mind, Mary.
Stab him in the back and say, "Hey, you want to do a deal with me?"
He's not the GM.
Mary,
Darren, he's not the GM.
Are you a mind reader in your part-time, man? Because that's exactly. Do you really think Slink is going to do a deal with the Atlanta Hawks?
Not at all. In fact,
he's not the GM. I'm telling you,
Slink not the GM. He's not the GM.
He gonna
pick up your mom.
I'm gonna tell him to pass the phone to the GM so we can get the business.
Hey, listen. Slink would be in the back, be like, man, you take that, I'll quit right now. That's what Slink would do. That's how mad he is.
Matt said Andre Drummond.
I can find a scout anywhere.
You want to start the season with your big being Drummond and a Conwell? So
no, Demond, you're not listening. No, I didn't say that. Demond, RJ said, what if your center that you wanted is not available in the draft? I'm saying I just threw out a name that you can get in free agency. Thomas Bryant is another name you can get in free agency.
No.
Is another guy.
No.
Thomas
F. Bryant.
Mo Gay is not a center. He is not a center. Mo Gay is a power forward.
No,
he's not a center.
He said
Mo Gay even called himself power forward.
But he said they're teaching him how to play center.
That was at Washington State.
No,
that was at
Mo Gay will play center in certain lineups. Mo Gay is a power forward. You don't put that type of athleticism, bro. You don't put that type of athleticism at the 5, man.
Listen to me.
They were training to play center when he was at Washington State.
The NBA is putting the best player available. They're giving the Atlanta Hawks to take the best player available, and y'all want to
go. We are taking the best player available.
Yeah. I don't think he's the best player.
Alexander,
Demond.
He ain't the best player.
Demond. He's not, at least according to the Athletic, he's not the best player on their board. He's not even in the top 2 on their board.
He ain't the best player.
Guess what? Well, guess what? Let me pull up the We Talk Hawks board. Number 1, Alex Sarr on the We Talk Hawks board. Boom, there you go.
I'm just saying.
He ain't the best player.
He's not even the best
player.
I'm just saying
he ain't the best player.
I'm just saying allegedly from the people. Demond, I'm just saying allegedly from the people in the room, he's not even on the top 2 on their board.
Man, listen. Hey, you know what? Screw it. Just drop Stephon Cassidy.
Who is the people in the room?
Landry, Kyle, Nick,
and ain't none. And you know what's so funny about them? Ain't none of them winners. None of them winners.
Demond, I'm just saying you cannot like. Demond, I'm just saying you cannot like them. I'm just saying allegedly.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Sarr is not number 1.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
They're gonna laugh us out the league.
If these dudes do not take Sarr, okay,
I'm on their ass.
This franchise, I'm done. I am done. I'm done with these dudes.
Demond, I just
Demond, They mess up every top 10 pick we get.
You know what, man?
Demond, all I'm saying is Sarr.
I will say this, man. You don't take Sarr, and we watch him go over there and watch it, and we like, man, that could have been us.
The same thing you're doing right now, RJ.
I want y'all to be standing on that Ricochet bandwagon with your hands up high so I can see him, man.
I want you to stand on that Ricochet when his ass in College Park.
Listen, man, I'm telling you, man,
why would you think Ricochet's not going to be in College Park, but you want to put Alex Sarr in College Park? That don't make no sense.
Exactly.
I never said no. I never said that. I never said that. I said Sarr. I said have him off the bench behind Okongwu. I never said College Park.
This organization. Let me tell you something, man. You know why the NBA gave us that number 1 pick? Because they knew we would F it up. They know that we gonna fuck it up. They know it.
I don't understand. RJ and Darren. Can y'all? I know where Marion. Although I didn't hear Marion go. I didn't hear like the full definition about the difference. What's the difference to y'all between Sarr and a Ricochet? Is there a wide gap? Is it close?
You're damn right. On the defensive side,
it's a gap, but it's not wide. I just think Sarr is better. I think his ceiling is way higher. You don't find 7'1" people that move like Sarr does. You just don't. They're not really in the league. Chet, Wemby, that's it. Who else?
Bruh.
Listen.
Whereas I can find Ricochets everywhere.
Yeah. Man, listen. And matter of fact, with Ricochet, you can get better guys in free agency, veteran guys. But what did we need last year? We needed a veteran presence. I think we need some veteran presence that starts, not Patty Mills and whoever the hell.
Wesley.
But when I look at Zachary Ricochet, man, this is what I see. Honestly, I see a guy who's a spot-up shooter that'd be streaky in the NBA, very streaky in the NBA. Now, I know Mike. Now, listen, I'm not going to say the kid can't dribble, but I will say he's had a lot of turnovers. He's had a lot of turnovers playing in that league because his handle. And another thing is Zachary Ricochet doesn't believe in his handle enough to drive to the basket. The same way DeAndre Hunter does not drive to the basket because he doesn't trust his handle. Here's my thing with Sarr. He comes in, we're asking him to be less than what you're going to ask a Zachary Ricochet to be. Because let me tell you what you're asking Zachary Ricochet to be. Bro, I need you to handle the ball. I need you to be able to defend. I need you to be able to drive to the basket. And I need you to be able to shoot. That's a lot. For a rookie, you bring in Sarr, this is all I'm asking you to do. I need you to be down in the paint. I need you to protect the rim. The rebounds, he's going to get those at 7'1". I don't know why people say he can't rebound. I believe he'll get the rebounds at 7'1". Bro, he just got to stick his arms up there. He got like a 8-foot wingspan or some craziness like that.
They say
you're
that
not asking a lot. Exactly.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
You're not asking Zachary. You're not asking Alexander. You're not asking Sarr to do a whole lot. You just need him to be a good defender. He'll be better at setting screens because Quinn helped Rudy Gobert do that. Rudy Gobert is one of the best screen setters in the league. And my last point with Sarr, bro, when I watch these centers who are able to put the ball on the floor and do a pick and pop, that is gold in the NBA. That is gold. When a center can put the ball on the floor and dribble and shoot over a guy.
All right.
That's
That's
worth his weight in gold.
Mind in for a second, Matt.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me mind in for a second. Here's what I see. Oftentimes in the draft, we forget that the draft is just as much about future returns as it is about present day returns. Present day, Sarr comes in. He's the best defender on our team day one. He's already the best. He's already the one that can guard the pick and roll. He's already the one that can switch off on guards. He's already the best defender that we have day one. Stepping on the court, day one. Now, future returns. Imagine him in 3 years when he's picked up the weight, He was already the best defender. Now he's 245. He's 7'1". He's dominating the league. Offense and defense. That's the future return. What can we say about Ricochet? Not a lot. In fact,
all right. Let me go. All right, let me go.
To make you happy. Hold on, let me finish. To make you happy, we draft Sarr. In free agency, we go out and get Caleb Martin. In free agency, we go out and get your boy Andre Drummond. We're set. We're set.
What else
Let
you
him
doing
cook.
What you doing at the
Let
wing?
him cook.
What you doing at the wing? What
Caleb
are you doing
Martin.
at the wing?
I said in free agency we get Caleb Martin. If you don't like Caleb Martin, we can get Simone Fontecchino. If we can get either one of those.
So
and that's
so who's the two? Who's the two? Who's the two?
Who's the two? That's a good question.
What that got to do with what he's saying?
Hold on, Matt. Is your boy Kobe not ready for?
So now you Matt? Oh, Matt not messing with Kobe now.
Because I'm confused. Because all I heard last year,
bro.
All I heard last year was Kobe is the two.
Now Kobe.
I've laid out a plan for you, Matt. We got everything covered.
All right. I heard what y'all said. My rebuttal to all three of you. Let's think about this in depth. Okay. Ricochet foul rate is higher than Sarr's, right? He draws more. His foul rate is 10%. Draws more fouls than Sarr, right? 10% will put him in the top 5 in the league. 10% will put him in 10%. Or foul rate will put him in the top 10 in the NBA today, right? And we know in EuroLeague they call fouls a lot less than they do in the NBA, and his foul rate is 10%.
Come on, Matt, foul rate.
Wait, so he gets his free. By the way, Trey Young, his best season so far, his foul rate was 6%. So Ricochet's already at 10, and y'all say he can't dribble.
Are we for real? Are we for real?
I'm just saying, we talk all the time about being able to get to the rim, putting pressure on the rim. This guy,
the foul.
Demond, wait, I'm just saying, let me flow. Demond, let me flow. Okay, so his foul rate is already pretty better than Sarr. His foul rate is already better than Sarr. His rebounds are already higher than, it's either tied or higher than Sarr's, right? His points per game is already higher than Sarr's. So my thing with Sarr is, y'all are asking for him to come to the Hawks and produce consistently at a level he's yet to do so far in his entire life. Real Madrid, he didn't produce. OTE, he did not produce.
He was a kid. How old was he at Real Madrid?
My thing is 17, 16
no,
or 17.
He wasn't even that. He wasn't even 17 at Real Madrid.
I was about to say he's like 14, 15.
Yeah, he was 16 when he got the OTE. The man, now. So you trying to point out you trying to point out some stats on the 16, 17-year-old kid.
No, Demond, I'm pointing you that Ricochet numbers are better today. No, Demond, I'm pointing out that Ricochet numbers are better today. They were better yesterday. They were better last year. They were better the year before.
If
they were better the year
before
before that.
Good, how come he didn't come over here to OTE and play against some Americans?
Because he was playing for the second best team in France.
That's what I thought. Because he know where his bread getting buttered at. He know what he didn't want to play no real competition.
Demond, my question is, Tony Parker handpicked Ricochet to be on his team, the second best team in France, and yet Sarr is also from France, but he had to go to Australia to play as a backup.
He didn't know.
So my thing is,
he didn't have to go.
He didn't have to go to Australia to play. What are you talking about?
He could have.
Wait a minute. You're telling me, Darian, he chose? So he was offered the same opportunity that Zach was to start on a playoff team.
He said he chose to go down there. He chose to go down there. He said it in the interview.
I'm just asking you, did he have the same offer that from Tony Parker to play on his team?
I don't know. All I know is that he chose to go down there for a specific reason.
Probably not. Is it fair to say? Is it fair, Darian? Is it fair to say probably not, considering he didn't start on his team in Australia? Is that fair to say? Probably not.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's fair to say, considering the team he went to in Australia was a championship caliber team.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know
so
why
did Ricochet. But Ricochet started. But so did Ricochet. But so did Ricochet. But Ricochet started.
Let me tell you something.
He went to a team that was in the cup.
Ricochet
He went to a team that was in the semifinals.
He stayed in France for a reason.
Semifinals.
He did not want to come over here and leave his comfort zone and test himself. He didn't want to prove himself. He said, "You know what? I'm gonna stay over here." He said, "I'm gonna stay over here in this farmers league and get my shine on." He didn't want to go test himself.
So one point about Ricochet. So one point about Ricochet's numbers being always better. That's first. Second,
because he playing in the French league. When you look at how we played
last year, Demond better.
We in the French league against
bums. His numbers were better. Listen. No, Demond, it was not against bumps. The second best league the second best French team in the United States, and the league that he played in is considered the best outside of America.
The French league is trash.
So all right, Demond. So hold on, wait. So all right, so the numbers are better. I don't think that's any question. That's unequivocal.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Numbers are better.
You know what I'm gonna do, man? While you talk.
Second, Demond. Second.
Let me pull up and see what he did last year.
Second, all right, they're better than Sarr's. Second, when I look at how we played last year, where our shortfalls were last season, right? It wasn't necessarily the center position because we had consistent center play. Whether that was a Conwu and Capella or it was Capella and Bruno, we had at least good center play. Not elite, not great, but good.
What are you talking about?
Defensively. But again, Marion, how do we play defense, Marion? We play defense in a matchup zone where the big comes out high and hedges the ball or traps the ball. The wing plays lurk at the top and they recover to the rim. So my thing is the wing is more important than the center, because the wing has to push the ball back out and they have to play the corners. So the wing is much more important in the scheme than the center. So even if I get Alex Sarr, right, and I use him and he hedges out high and he wins that matchup 1-on-1 on the switch and they reverse the ball, who is that wing at the rim that's going to give up layup after like the Cleveland game when a Conwu and Capella 80% of the game out on the perimeter, trapping Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell. And Jared Allen was wide open underneath the rim on Sadiq Bey over and over and over again.
Matt, look at these numbers, Matt. Look at these numbers. So in the French league, in the pro league,
I mean, I can't see them, but I know what they are.
13 minutes.
Yeah.
2 points.
Yeah.
What are we talking about, Matt?
Okay.
He had one good season last year.
Oh, what was
10 points?
Demond, what was the next year?
10 points.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Demond, do you know what the leading scorer in EuroLeague was last year?
Do I know what?
Demond, do you know what the leading scorer? Do you know what the leading scorer in Euro was?
Don't care. I'm telling you, your boy,
EuroLeague.
22 minutes, 10 points.
Just under 17 points a game. It was just under 17 points a game, Demond.
You act like he was lighting up the league.
Demond, what I'm saying, he played in a very particular role.
Oh, now you didn't say none
I'm telling you, they don't score a lot in EuroLeague. They don't score a lot in the EuroLeague.
You didn't say none of that 5 minutes ago.
Hey, Demond, maybe he got fouled and got those 2 points.
What I said, he went to a playoff. He went to a playoff team and started. He went as a 17, 18-year-old. He went to a playoff team and started. Where Sarr
gave you 2 points.
Had to catch a camel across the road.
Free throws.
Hold up, man.
We give my all-star point guard an athletic D. He's going to work.
So he played 22 minutes last year. So in the Euro Cup, the playoff with the Euro Cup, it's the Euro Cup. He had a nice run, 13 points. I mean, that ain't no game-changing shit right there, the way Matt be hyping him up. Then the regular season, he averaged 10 points. You need a garage number? Thank you, baby. And then he averaged 10 points. So what are we talking about
I
here?
just told you the leading scorer in the EuroLeague had under 17. The leading scorer in the EuroLeague had under 17. He averaged 16.7, the leading scorer in the EuroLeague.
Listen, Matt.
So they don't score a lot of points over there.
Your boy got hot.
But it's still more points than Sarr.
Your boy got hot for the playoff, Matt. That was it. Regular
it's still
season,
more points than Sarr. Even Demond, even in OTE. Demond, even in OTE. Didn't Sarr go pro at 14? Demond, didn't Sarr go pro at 14 with the Real Madrid academy?
Right. Yes.
Right. So he was a 2-year pro by the time he got to OTE. By the time he got to OTE, he was a 2-year pro. In his first season, he gave me 8 points and 3 rebounds. In his second year, his best year ever playing basketball, was 11 points and 6 rebounds.
That's better. That's
over.
So hold on. Say that again.
So
what was his first year? What Matt? What was Sarr's first year production again at Real Madrid?
His best season.
Mm-hmm. What was his best season?
No, I'm talking about OTE. I don't know what it was. I'm still trying to find those numbers from Real Madrid. I'm talking about OTE. OTE. His first year was 8-3. His second year was 11-6.
Okay, hold up.
So my thing is, we're drafting. You want me to draft a guy? Come on, you RJ, Darian, Mary. Y'all want me to draft a guy who best season ever playing basketball was 11, 6, and 1.8 blocks. Is that what y'all telling me? Where he was already a pro for 2 years before he came to OTE, which comprised of all stuff. Which comprised of AAU babies, AAU darlings.
Matt, your boy best season.
Is that what y'all telling me?
Matt, your boy best season. I'm looking 10 points. Let's see what else he did, bruh. Not 0.9 assists. He had more turnovers than assists. 3 rebounds.
Demond, he was in a particular role.
What? 35% from 3.
That's comparable to Sarr. Sarr's only at 4.
Matt. What happened to where's the 45% you keep
way
talking
better
about?
Than Sarr.
I don't see it.
Way better than Sarr.
Where's the 45%?
He shot 45% in the playoffs. The Zachary Ricochet kid shot like 45%. That was like in the playoffs.
Okay. So in the regular season, he was trash. So
right.
He got hot in the playoffs. Okay, that's cool.
Matt, you can't teach 7'1", man. That's all I'm saying. You can't teach 7'1" in athleticism.
He had a very good 17-game stretch.
Man, if you don't get out of here, man,
if you look at each month, he got better. His free throw percentage got better each month.
Tell him, John, you can't teach 7'1" in athleticism.
John, so my thing with Sarr, I get he's 7'1". John, they want to get a 7'1" guy who averages 4 rebounds.
7'1" and athletic. Go ahead, say it. You can't teach it. You can't teach that.
John, what you
think? A 7'1" who averages 4 rebounds. 4 rebounds.
Hey, Matt,
we'll see about that.
Hey, Matt, can I get on the freeway? I just need to merge on in and get in that right lane and stomp the gas so I can get on over in the left lane, man. I just need to get on the freeway. That's all I need. I just need to get on the freeway, man. Because, see, you driving a damn 5-trailer tractor-trailer truck, and folk can't even get on the road, man. We can't even get on the road.
Hey, John, I had to come before. I'm fighting against
John.
What's going on, John?
He got a 5 tractor trailer and he carried a bunch of bullshit in there.
I mean, yeah, you got
a bunch of cow manure in that trailer that Matt got.
Hey, John, I'm fighting against John. I'm fighting against 4 people up here that got a height fetish.
It's not a height. It's not a height fetish. You want to grab a spot.
You about to have 5 because I know why Ryan here. I know why Ryan is here. But you about to have 5. But I'm gonna.
I know. I'm ready.
Hey, John, you just gonna throw me under the bus like that?
No. I ain't throwing you under the bus. You know what you came here for.
I was coming to support support Matt on the opposite side of the fence. That's all.
How you gonna support a man on another side of a fence? but at any rate,
what's up, Matt?
But at any rate, I'm gonna say this.
What's up,
Matt? I was just sitting and listening, and I think I've said this to you before. You're an analytics man. You're definitely an analytics man that studies facts and figures and things that are on a sheet. And one thing about that is that if you're not watching the game versus this is what everybody does. This is what I hear a lot of times what people do. They will take what they see on the sheet, what they see on Basketball Reference and various other media outlets or other outlets that have stats, and quote those raw stats, but you don't know what happened. See, because let's take assists per game, turnovers per game. A lot of times those assists are not counted because man misses the shot. You gave him the ball, but the man missed the shot. So that assist, potential assist, isn't even counted. Turnovers. You pass the ball to the man ain't looking, man fumbles the ball away. Who gets the turnover? The passer or the receiver? The man passing the ball is the one that gets the turnover. Cause okay, and it's an opinion-based stat. All right. I come from a school where the eye test factors huge in my assessment of players. It factors huge, especially, say for instance, I'm looking at the Hawks. I can look at certain players just like you guys do. Man, that joker trash. But stat wise, he may look like a doggone rose. He may look beautiful stat wise. But when you see the man playing, he's trash. Then the opposite can take place. The opposite can take place. And I had that Kool-Aid. What's going on, Kool-Aid?
Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid, you muted.
Hey, I just hold on, man. Let me tell.
Okay, we can hear you. Now,
Yeah,
hold on.
Hear you, man.
Go ahead,
we missed Kool-Aid last time. Well, that's what we needed up in here.
So yeah, I'm gonna wrap up. But see, that's the thing with me. Right now, I'm looking at who is in the finals versus what I got on the Hawks. What I got on the Hawks can't compete because we don't shoot that good. And I was telling you guys a long time ago, the Hawks are too small. The Hawks can't play defense. The Hawks don't shoot as well as Boston. Boston is hitting shots with people in their grill. Okay? Boston is beating people up going to the basket. Okay? We get beat up, man. Look, we look like a feed bucket in a mule barn by the time we get through playing because we get beat to death. We just like a piñata at a Mexican birthday party.
That's true.
Because we're not serious, John.
Damn, John.
We not John. We not serious, John. We not serious. John. When you look at the Celtics, right, and you look at that team, let me tell you what stands out. Drew Holiday, max money. Jalen, max money. Tatum, max money. Porzingis, 30+ million. Now let's look at our shop. Let's look at our guys. Where we spend our money at? Hunter, 22 million. Clint, 22 million.
Bum.
I mean, this is what I be trying to tell people, man. Listen.
Yeah.
But you know what they tell me, John?
Don't let foot hit you say, bum. You know he gonna defend Clint with his life.
This is what they tell me. They're waiting on the wrestlers to finish the parking garage.
What?
Yeah,
that's why he can't spend no money.
Parking garage.
Look, the parking garage gonna stay damn empty.
We go to the ICU to draft players. We go to Grady Hospital down there, and we drafting bums that just got beat up in a bar fight on Auburn Avenue. That's what we're putting out there on the floor.
It's 3.
Hey, guys, you know what I always say.
Wait, what you doing, Brian? Stop counting,
Yeah,
Brian.
man. I'm doing a little yard work, man. I caught y'all coming
what
in
if I can
resting.
offer you, John? What if I can offer you
Matt.
2 of the things that you want? I can offer you a 6'10" guy.
I need 4.
A 6'10" guy. That's a plus. That's a plus shooter. A plus shooter. I mean, for a whole 17-game side, shot 56% from 3.
Man, call that man what he is. He's a spot up shooter. Spot up shooter.
But John, I'm just saying, John, I can offer you a guy that fixes 2 of your problems: the shooting for sure, and the height for sure. 6'10" plus almost 40% shooting, and then ended the year at 40%.
Okay, now Matt, this is the problem. He's 6'10". How much does he weigh?
Well,
how much does he weigh? Because
about the same as my 9-year-old.
One thing I keep trying to tell y'all, we are in the Eastern Conference. Okay, we in the Eastern Conference. I can't have anybody out there 7'1", 6'11", 5, 6'8", 6'9", that 145 and 150 pounds. You're condemning
real quick.
You're condemning that man.
Let me give you Alex Sarr.
Sarr is only 220.
See, that's
only 220. Oh man, he's come on. Man, get out. Only 220.
Can I say something, guys?
Please,
let me say something, man.
And growing.
Y'all might say, I'm saying it over and over again. To win a championship, it starts with ownership. Ownership getting the right manager getting the right coach, drafting the all-star player. That's where it starts. The problem with the Atlanta Hawks is that ownership is trying. I'm just saying it like this. Now, y'all might not like what I'm finna say now. The wrestlers, I know y'all got on me the last time I said this. The wrestler is the ownership that have taken 2 teams to the conference final. So I'm saying they trying to learn, okay? Their problem is what happened with losing is that ownership get favoritism. And when they went to the
hold on, Kool-Aid. What they ain't take this ownership group is only taking 1 team.
No, they were owners when Harper then went to and Budenholzer then went.
Hold on. No, they weren't.
That was the Spirit group. That was the Spirit group.
I thought that was the wrestlers.
No. I'll tell you. That was under. It was split. That's the same
that was the Spirit group.
That's the same year Danny Ferry got fired. Tony Wrestler took over, and then we won those 60 games because
no, Wrestler wasn't here.
Yeah, he was here. I was a member, man. I'm telling you, I was a member. He was here. Now,
listen, John. Listen, I'm finna tell you the timeline. Danny Ferry built the 60-win team in the off season. He never got to see them perform because he got fired.
Right.
He got fired. Wrestler took over the team that fall. He took over from the end. The team was already team was already up for sale when Danny Ferry got fired. The team was already up for sale and they was already working the paperwork. Wrestlers team.
Let me tell you.
I'm just gonna pull it up for you.
Okay, let me just finish. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, man.
That was doggone it, because Billy Knight was the GM then.
No, he wasn't. No,
yes, he was.
I had season tickets, man. I'm trying to tell you what went down.
It was Danny Ferry.
Hey, DeMond.
Correct me after I finish, man. Correct me after I finish.
Bro, listen to me. He bought the Hawks in 2015.
Right. Yep. And no. Let me look.
Go look
it up. John, go ahead. I'm looking at it now.
I know Hawks
since 2015. He's been the principal owner of the Atlanta Hawks since 2015
basketball,
for an estimated $730 million, and it was ultimately sold for $850 million.
He bought that team in 2015 because he's the one who didn't bring Ferry back. He's the one that made Bud the GM and the president.
Exactly.
So now wait a minute.
He made him the coach and GM, and he made him the coach and the GM.
Wasn't
that as coach and the GM? They won 61. They won 61 games.
Exactly.
And then they got swept, and they got to the Eastern Conference Final, and they got swept by Cleveland.
Danny Ferry,
they spent $850 million on the team for him to own it. It was estimated $730 million, but he spent $850 million on the team, so he's been around since 2015, bro.
Danny Ferry built that 60-win team, and he wasn't around to see them perform because he got fired. But he got fired.
God, wait a minute. I got to look that up.
Listen to me, John. Listen.
Yeah, I got to look that up.
ASG, listen to me. The ASG had already had the Hawks up for sale. Tony Ressler and them come in. They were just working out the paperwork when the Ferry shit happened. Why? The Ferry shit only happened because the ASG, which was multiple owners,
right?
Levingston and I can't remember the other guy. They was beefing, and the dude who hated Levingston so much, he's the one that leaked the audio for Danny Ferry to get fired. But luckily, they were just doing the paperwork to transfer ownership of the team. So the 60-win team that Danny Ferry built, he never got to see them perform because he was already fired. And Tony Ressler took over the team. And what he did was, instead of getting a GM to replace Ferry, he just gave it to Bud.
I remember that. But was Belkin?
That's 2015.
Was Belkin the principal? Excuse me. Was
Levinson,
Rustler? Was he the principal owner in the Atlanta Spirit Group?
No, he was never in the Spirit Group. It's Levinson and what's your boy you just said?
Belkin.
Belkin. Those two was the principal. They was the big dogs in the ASG. They the ones who was beefing.
Right. See, that's why I was saying that Tony Rustler was not the principal owner, nor was he involved in the Spirit Group at all as a minority owner?
No.
See, that's why I was saying that the Spirit Group was in charge when they went to that first Eastern Conference Finals with a 60-win team.
Well, they tried you, Kool-Aid.
No,
that's what I was saying.
I see it, man. I see it.
The Spirit Group had nothing to do with the 60-win team.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
That's my point. So
they
switched. Right. Because the thing was, we found out that the Spirit Group had been beefing from the very beginning. They weren't getting along at all.
That was earlier.
When this first situation took place, when they leaked the phone call about Danny Ferry, it just brought all of those internal things to light. And see, that's why I say that the Spirit Group was in charge when we went to the Eastern Conference Finals the first time. Then the second time,
ASG was never in charge when we went to the finals.
Well, man, here's the question, John.
Yes,
the story, Kool-Aid. Who you taking, man? Who you taking in the draft?
The team was already.
Y'all already know who I'm taking. That's why I came here to say who I was taking.
The team was already in the process of being sold.
Okay. Yeah,
it was just a matter of getting the paperwork, but the team had already been sold. It was just a matter of getting the paperwork completed.
Okay. Until the paperwork was completed, who owned the team?
Okay, John. Okay, John. I got you. We got you.
Listen.
Okay, John. I got you.
John, listen to me.
Got you.
Listen to me now. Okay, when the paperwork got completed, the season hadn't started. So they was not in charge when the season started, when we won 60 games.
Okay,
man, who you taking in the draft?
Can I finish? Let me just finish the scenario.
I'm sorry, Kool-Aid.
Let me just finish my scenario. Okay,
let's get on top.
I'm gonna get to the point, and my point is that management and picking the start. Now Landry has gotten lucky and hit the #1 draft pick.
Ooh, no.
Okay, so therefore, and also he has gotten lucky. He has made some good draft in his last draft with them young boys. Now this time he got the #1 draft pick, And all I've been saying is Sarr being the best of this, what you call so-called non-draft group that's not supposed to be good. Sarr is showing up as number one. And I looked at him on CBS. I took a picture of it on CBS.
Matt was gonna come out.
I hear that stuff popping up. I don't know who bringing that stuff up. Like I said, we got to be careful as fans and ownership that we don't let. We gotta do like what the Falcons did. We was not gonna let them not talk us out of taking pennies, man. We don't care what 9-2 Niners on business. What some of them other stupid people. Now you're starting to see a good manager starting to deal with a good coach, and then you see this other guy who Belichick told to get out the way. Now he finally getting out the way and letting this manager do what he do, and this coach pulling together. And now they are putting together a team that I seen Ikeson, I think his name, his show, and he put a scenario of the Atlanta Falcons going. He said this was the scenario, okay? The cousin playing in that game. He get knocked out for 2 games. Penix come in and win, and cousin take us into the Super Bowl. That's what he painted. You don't get that outside of Atlanta talking for nobody until we did what we did.
You've been and Kool-Aid, me and you talked about this the last time you and I was on here, because I said this from the jump, and we always talk about ownership.
Exactly.
And I've said it. Until we get a competent general manager in there to fix these problems. And yes, Landry has to prove that he's competent, dog. I'm sorry,
and so
man.
What Landry got to do. So my pick. This is what Landry got to do. The only thing, man, you have a problem with the Trey and the DJ thing. But that's cool. We'll let that go. We'll let that go. Okay. But we, as a manager, as Sarr been shown in the beginning, before the draft, all the way up until these little trying to trick us off, moving him around stuff, as Ricochet had dropped one time to the 4th spot that you want, but Sarr is number 1. So therefore, we cannot afford to, Landry cannot afford, and Atlanta Hawks cannot afford to let nobody trick us off on getting Sarr. Sarr is the stretch big.
Kool-Aid, you gonna let it go.
Look, this is what I'm saying. Sarr is
you done messed me
big.
up for 3 seasons on the 1st round pick, for 5 seasons on the 2nd round pick. I can't let that go.
So what you say? No, I ain't talking. Don't worry about that, man. Just worry about
No.
This right now, bro. We talking about making this a good year, man. We talking about Atlanta Hawks and Atlanta Falcons doing some stuff, bro.
But
that's what we talking about. So look, like I said, Landry got lucky. He got the number 1 draft pick.
You're right. They got lucky, but in 1 year. 1 year, you messed me up for 5 years in the 2nd round, 3 years in the 1st.
When I messed you up on that? You talking about Landry?
Doing that.
Oh, you talking about Landry?
Talking about those trades.
Look, man. Look, let me say this. One thing you can't do. Let me tell you something. One thing you cannot see the future. You cannot see the future.
And
we did not see us. Listen to what I'm saying, man. You did not see the Atlanta Hawks getting the number 1 draft pick with all that's going on.
But we would have had a 1st round.
No, you talking about a woulda, man.
Number 1 draft.
How you know it wasn't working together? How you know it wasn't working together for us to get DJ, get and give that number 1 pick and lose?
But see, you sit up here. And wait a minute. You threw away 3 first-round draft picks to get something that we didn't need.
To lose.
We did not need Murray.
Why are you trying to lose on purpose?
Nobody's trying to lose on purpose. I'm saying the way the team was structured, we was going to lose.
Over with a headache already.
Understand what I'm saying?
No, see,
the way the team
just like you say, you can't see the future. You can't see the future. So why in the world would you give away valuable draft capital for one man, and the one man you got was something that you didn't need?
You know why? Because Landry them and Nate, and I'm gonna throw Trey in there, thought they was getting a diamond in DJ Murray to do exactly what they wanted to do, and they raised that man. Pop put him on a high pedestal.
Look here.
They went in, they bought it in on it. Okay.
Valuable for no 3 first-round draft.
Let's leave the pass alone, man. Leave the pass alone. Leave the pass alone.
No.
We talking about now, bro.
No.
We talking about now.
You could have traded DJ for 3 picks.
Hey, Kool-Aid, you're not gonna get across to him because John ass won't let go of Matt Ryan. So you really think he's gonna let this go? And Matt Ryan is a first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't give a damn what nobody say. The numbers don't lie, and John will never let that shit go.
Now, he ain't no first ballot Hall of Famer. He's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, dog.
Hey, real quick, man. Real quick.
I gotta come on your show, bro. I gotta come on your show. He's talking about the Hawks. I gotta come on there, dog.
Hey, shout out to homeboy Jay the Hawksman in the building, man. This your first time up here, Jay?
This is my first time.
Hey man, you put that. Don't take Sarr in there, man. I'm not feeling that, man.
Welcome to the Terror.
I'm gonna tell you why I said that.
Hey, before you start, Jay, let me tell you this. Oh, this part of the open forum is not moderated, right? So if you got something to say, you got to get in when you fit in.
Really? You had to tell him that?
I always let people know that because some people they be like, they'll just sit there and wait for like I'm gonna acknowledge them. This the open forum part right here. So if you want to make a point, you just got to get in where you fit in. This more like
you'll never get on the freeway.
Talk to me, Jay. And I read your little comment. So I know you already over there with Matt. So go and speak your piece.
Listen, I see y'all all the time. I hear all the takes. So I already know how this goes. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I like Sarr. I do. If you're asking me who is the guy with the highest ceiling, I'll tell you it's Sarr. The problem with Sarr, when y'all watch him, I don't think y'all notice, he has a very strong shot. I don't really think the touch on the shot is there. And if he can't shoot, he's a little too small to play the 5. And now you have a big problem. And when you watch his all-possession videos, it's a lot of mishandled passes. It looks a lot like Capella where he's juggling the ball. And in the NBL, it's cool. He can kind of get the ball, kind of power his way up and get some layups. But in the NBA, that's the difference between that being a turnover, the defense closing out. There's a lot of problems if he has to play the 5. He's a big project. If you want to take that on at number 1 overall, cool. But he's not starting for you day one. Whereas like a guy like Ricochet, he already shoots. It's like if the bare minimum, it's easier for you to get a handle than it is for you to get a shot. So you don't take him at number 1, you trade back and find who you want. But it's like his floor says, just a 3-and-D wing that can make passes in transition. If you can get him to tag off closeouts, that's a special talent. That's all I'm saying. I would take Cleveland number 1 and then try to trade back.
Jay, you gotta come back up here.
Hear me out.
That young man wasn't expecting this
very
part
thoughtful.
Hear me out. Hold on,
real quick, James.
Let me have a point. Let's hear.
Clinging is if I got Clinging at 1, I'm trying to trade back in at 3. The reason why I take Clinging at 1 is if you trade out of 1, you know whatever team that's gonna get 1 is probably gonna take Sarr. And you don't know if Ricochet is gonna be there at 3. So if you can call the Rockets and try to figure out how to move off some salaries like Hunter or Capella and get the 3rd pick in addition to the 1 pick, I would take Clinging at 1. Washington would take Sarr at 2. I would take Ricochet at 3. And I walk out with 2 guys that can help me right now.
Nobody want our dirty long garbage.
Nobody
wants that. We got to convince somebody to take that. These people have been watching the Hawks all year long.
I would not sleep.
Let me answer Kool-Aid first.
Clingy got bad feet.
Kool-Aid. What you said about Alex Sarr being the universal pick, right? That was based off of like media mock, drafts and things like that. The picks, the consensus now, more that it's closer to the draft. You could talk to the people in the room, in the draft rooms, more closely now. It's been put out now more concretely that they have Ricochet number 1 on their board. He's been number 1 on their board the whole time. So
it's not hard to see why.
Not what draft experts say who's number 1.
I can't tell. Richard's a bum.
But Ricochet,
he's not a bum. That dude can really at least
the athletic CBS Sports, they said that and I don't think it was sent them on, but I was watching a documentary last night on European basketball, international basketball, and they were showing one of Ricochet's games from December, and Landry and Tony Wrestler went over there to watch him play in December. Right, the owner from the Spurs was there. Pete Holt, the GM for Utah, the GM for Chicago. So my thing is, if he was a bum, like y'all saying,
he's not a bum. He's not a bum. Are y'all somebody that
4 or 5 owners
by themselves? Ask Tony Parker what he think about
and watch a player, right?
Hold on, man. I'm rocking with you because he's not a bum. The dude's skill. I'm trying to tell y'all. Outside of dribbling in the half court, which you got to think, a guy like Jalen Johnson could not do that either coming in. Now, he was higher. He's more athletic. He had a little bit higher of a floor there, but he also could do.
The dude not athletic.
You can teach a guy. You can teach a guy to be good.
You can't teach athleticism, Jay.
But he is athletic.
Are you? No, he's not.
Jay, Jack can jump.
Marion, what you say, Marion? Why do we shoot 65 from the free throw?
Let me ask you.
Why do we shoot 65% from the free throw?
I don't have a good thing. Look, I don't have.
Tell me what the bomb can't shoot 75% from the free throw.
My question.
I don't know.
My question to y'all. My question to all. My question.
Just foul him and take him out the game. Just foul that bomb and take him out the game. Foul him at the 3-point line. Foul him at the 3-point line. He's gonna shoot 65%.
Listen, man, look at all the free agents. Look at all the free agents that are going to be available at the small forward position. Caleb Martin, Paul George. Bro, you mean to tell me Zachary Ricochet is better than OG Anunoby?
RJ, why?
But you're not going to get OG Anunoby. And OG Anunoby, and this was RJ.
Black is going to probably
that's the same guy.
RJ, my question is,
RJ,
they're going to Dre Hunter 2.0.
Why?
OG Anunoby is the same guy as DeAndre Hunter, and he makes more money.
RJ, my question is,
let me tell you this, Jay. Let me tell you this. The scouting report said your boy, Zach, they said his calves are stronger than his quads.
Demond, that's not even the biggest thing. Demond, that's not even the biggest thing.
He's 18, 19 years old.
Whoa. Demond, why do I have
My question is,
watch this, John. Here's my question. Here's my question. I got a football guy. Listen, have you ever seen an athlete where the scouting report said his calves are stronger than his quads? That's what
I got a question for you.
Hey,
listen,
that sounds
like
an
indication of fool's gold. If they got to put that in the report.
That sounds like reverse Popeye.
You can fix that in the weight room.
That's what I said. Hey guys, I'm gonna check out for a little bit. All right.
So wait. John Darian.
Man, you know what? I don't even want to see him. I don't even want to see him.
RJ.
I don't even want to see that joker with no socks on.
If the guy is so bad, if the guy is so bad, if a guy is so bad, if a guy is such a bad prospect, how in the world do you get 7 owners and GMs and presidents to fly to Paris to watch him play. If
Watch
he's so
him
bad.
play.
Matt, I got a question for you, Matt. I got a question for you. Matt, did they fly? Hey, Matt.
Frequent
did they fly over there
flyer.
and watch him play a regular season game, Matt? Did they watch him play a
They're
regular
the
season
sky
game?
points.
Because he's averaging 3 points in a regular season.
But he's the only one playing right now. He's the only one playing.
Demond, how you said it, bro? 3 points in 13 minutes.
Bro.
Man,
He didn't average 3 points. He didn't average 3 points this past season.
When they flew over there, they should have let Tony wrestle over there.
You know what? I'm gonna put y'all on game. I'm gonna put you on game. Matt is afraid that Onyeka won't be able to hack it against Alex Sarr. He's afraid.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You're afraid that Onyeka will not be able to beat out Sarr. You're afraid.
Hey, tell him.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
RJ, why am I concerned?
Hey, remember this. And your boy Gay is actually trying to get a job too right now. Everybody forgot about him.
Yeah,
everybody forgot Mo Gay trying to get a job right now too.
Why
you
know what though? You know what though?
Say what you want.
I'm sure Mo G's quad stronger than his calves.
Akamu numbers are better than his. What am I concerned about? Akamu numbers better.
Listen. I wouldn't be worried about Sarr beating out Onyeka.
You know what the Hawks need to do? Take a page out of the Falcons book.
We'll give double.
I don't think
RJ, but this is what else they got to do. This is what else they got to do. Now, you just said this. Now, you said they got to take their guy. Regardless of what the radio says, regardless of what the media says, it doesn't matter. But the other thing that the Hawks have to do is build depth.
Yeah.
Let's keep it right. The Hawks have to build depth. The problem that the Hawks have also had is we don't have fucking depth. I'm sorry. The Falcons built depth. Even though the Braves are struggling horribly right now, but the past couple of years, they've had depth. And that's the reason why they've been able to win. The Hawks need to take a page out of every winning franchise that's in Atlanta and also that franchise that's up there in Athens, Georgia, because Kirby Smart got a ton of talent behind each other.
Ryan,
so if somebody go, oh, man, hold up, you had your time. Stifle yourself for a minute, dog. So all I'm saying is this, bro. You really have to build depth. That's the problem. We already got stars. That's not a problem. But when the stars go down, who's going to step up and who's going to do the dirty work? You got to have guys behind your stars. We have not had real depth. Let's keep it real.
We can't keep it real. Wait a minute. Now, this is the problem.
In the front court, there's no depth.
We can't even pick good first round talent. We can't even pick good starting talent. And the thing is, you talking about Hawks DNA. I wouldn't, like I told you before, I wouldn't go on Maury Povich with this DNA trying to find out who the father is.
I kind of like that players.
The Hawks don't have no DNA. We missing some links in the DNA.
But my thing is,
no, I think we've drafted pretty decent. Though.
All I'm saying is, I think
man, we can't draft.
But I think this is my thing. I'm gonna give Landry this. This is Landry's shot to really show what he's got. Now, see the difference between Landry and Terry Fontenot, because Fontenot walked into a jacked up situation, just like Landry's walked into.
No.
I'm sorry.
He did walk into a jacked up situation.
Let me retract that.
Landry got the job because of nepotism.
Demond, when I say walked into a bad, I'm talking about in that spot right there. But let me go ahead and say this. Think about it. Terry had a chance to clean up the books in his first year, get the Falcons out of cap hell. Secondly, he built a defense holding the team together with bubble gum, duct tape, gorilla glue, and paper clips, and damn what do we call them or whatnot? Toothpicks. He was holding the team together with that. The defense was literally a top 10 D in the league and number one in red zone. He pretty much had to build from the inside up with free agents and different things with limited money. Now, what's the Hawks' problem with money? Why do they not want to spend over the luxury tax? You got the money. Why not spend it? You have a chance to stop shot. Wait a minute. RJ, I want you to back me on this. But I want RJ to back me on this one.
For the
I'm gonna ask you
the
this.
parking garage.
Yeah, it's the chicken or the egg. It's the chicken or the egg.
But the hell with the
why they're not
parking garage.
spending
Here's
money.
my thing: the parking garage gonna remain a ghost town if we ain't fucking winning. So
He
my
don't
question
care.
is,
But it's not the arena's sold out every night.
No, it's sold out because they want to go to the club and get a haircut.
They partying in there,
No,
dog.
but
I did
regardless-
one game.
regardless
Ain't
of
nobody
the
think
watching
parking
the
lot,
about
ball.
it.
that's
They
not
gotta
empty
bring
parking lot.
Jay, they gotta bring attractions into
No,
that
my
arena
wait,
because of
wait,
how
wait,
bad
wait,
we
wait,
win.
Ryan.
Hey, what's the other arena with a barbershop in?
You talking about
What's
Terry
the other
Fontenot?
arena
Didn't
with a
he
barbershop?
look at- did-
We the only ones. We the only ones.
Didn't he look at his? Didn't he look at the players? Didn't he evaluate Ryan? Didn't Terry look at the players? He evaluated the players. He made his own board.
Terry didn't have.
and he
Terry,
picked
no,
the player
Terry
that
was
he thought was
hamstring. No,
befitting of that pick. He said, "F with
bro,
the media thing."
But here's the thing: Terry's first year.
No, I'm talking about this year.
For this. No, this year he actually had control. The past few years he didn't have control because Rich McKay was in control of a lot of stuff, and they finally relinquished that. Now that they're letting the guy who built the New Orleans team come in,
we got our own.
No,
we got our own.
No,
Rich
I got
McKay.
that. I got that right.
His
I'm
name-
saying,
exactly. That's why I was getting ready to
I'm saying
Hit
he looked
wrestler.
No, I'm saying he
That's
got. No,
well,
Ryan, I'm talking about the fact that the media consensus, night and day, the day of the draft, 5 weeks before the draft, an hour before the draft, was that the Falcons was going to take Dallas Turner. Everybody thought they was going to take Dallas.
It was
Turner,
either
right?
it was two
They're
players
idiots
that
for
they
not
had
taking Dallas
slated.
Turner.
They had
He
Dallas
said,
Turner going.
F that.
They said it was Dallas Turner
I'm
or
going to trust
Jared
my
Verse.
own. I'm going to trust my own evaluation, and I'm going to pick who I. Yeah, I'm saying So
it wasn't the fact that he trusted that. No,
best player and befitting in
that wasn't
spot.
the reason why he did that. Matt, that wasn't the reason why he did that. The reason he did it was because when he first walked in, he wanted a quarterback. They didn't give him that. That was the reason why. They ended up going tight end with Kyle Pitts, and then they ended up going Drake London, but that was all Arthur Smith. This is what happens when you don't let a general manager do his job. Now that you see that he's been able to actually acclimate himself to do his job, we took a quarterback. That's the reason why. Now, the question is this. Landry has a chance to really do something right now. He's got a chance to where nobody's holding him by the neck. Nobody got a gun to him. The question is he going to pull the trigger to bring in either Sarr or at least if not him, because I see your face scrunching up like a cat sucking on lemons. I already see that. All I'm saying is the other thing you can do is bring in somebody else if you don't get that 7'1" athletic guy that we all say we need. But if he goes to get somebody, bring somebody else in that could actually benefit this team and start immediately.
Ryan, he said that. Matt said that. You know what Matt said? Matt said go get Andre Drummond.
No, I agree.
Hell no.
I agree.
I agree.
Well.
Ain't that a big RJ, Marion, and Darius?
Like I said, all the but
that's not true. Ryan, that's not true.
Ryan, like I told you earlier,
because your owner,
but Ryan,
Russell,
like I said, Ryan, like I told them earlier,
got talked out of Luka Doncic by Mark Cuban. So the general manager, is being hamstrung by the owner. Even now,
we didn't want Luka
because he did that to a GM that had just won a championship. They backdoored that GM, eased him out of the way, and then they put these milk drinking kids in charge of running an NBA franchise where they had absolutely no experience. You don't take these people to the used car lot and let them go buy a car by themselves. They'll get screwed every time because they don't know.
You know what? I just really want to ask a question.
They don't know what to
Alex
do.
Sarr. What do y'all think on offense is Alex Sarr's NBA ready today?
Again, I have said this numerous of times.
Like
we
he
do
does.
not need Alex Sarr to be an offensive juggernaut. We don't need it. We got offense. The Hawks got offense. You got offense. You don't need it. You need a defensive
I gotta disagree with that. We don't have offense. We do not.
We was right.
We do not.
Why
like,
do you guys
we do not.
RJ,
this is the problem.
RJ, why
is coming from the point
RJ?
Guard
Why is
spot,
if we don't need
no matter who's playing point guard, and that can't continue. Somebody
got the car. That teams are concerned about us.
You don't need the offensive. You don't need elite offensive production from that center position right now. If he can just come in and anchor that defense, bro, that's elevating the team. That's elevating the team already.
Trey is going to take the wing, and there's your
banking on Alex Sarr to do things that you haven't seen him
why would they have RJ? RJ, why would they have concerns about his offense, RJ?
What do you mean?
There's concerns about Ricochet's offense too, man.
They're talking about Ricochet's offense. You saw it yourself. 10 points in 25 minutes.
What are you
I'm talking about the Hawks.
And create his own shot.
I'm talking about the Hawks.
But why would you? Well, you wouldn't need Ricochet day one to create his own shot.
Why would the Hawks have concern about? Why would the Hawks?
You're not hearing me. Why would the Hawks have concerns about Sarr is not a good pick and roll player.
If they knew he was just going to be a roller.
Bro, Jay,
I don't think you guys understand that. In the NBL, they don't run pick and roll. Like, he's not a good pick and roll player. And y'all talk about the defense of him being able to switch and guard. The Hawks are in a defensive switching scheme. Like, that's not.
You know what?
They're never going to be a
draft Ricochet, draft him, and see where the Hawks.
I tried to explain that to them.
Like,
you're wrong. The Hawks are switching because the Hawks have Trae Young on defense. What do teams do when they see Trae Young on defense? They try to force the fucking switch. So therefore, you are a switching team. Whether you want to be or not, you got to switch.
No, because
all I'm going to say is, ask those teams in the finals how that 7-footer is.
We don't
ask
avoid
Dallas how that 7-footers help their roster.
They avoid it pretty well. They don't avoid it well.
Ask Boston how that 7-footer
Darian, we're bad with screen navigation.
Which is why we don't avoid switches. That's why we don't avoid
it. When we went to the conference finals,
that's not the
scheme.
But Darian, that's not the scheme.
Whether it's the scheme, Matt, what I'm saying is whether it's the scheme or not, if you're horrible at getting around screens, what do you have to do if you can't get around it?
Run through it.
You switch. Therefore,
you're gonna have to switch.
Whether it's your scheme or not, you're a switching team.
Darian, if I'm getting a Ricochet, Darian.
You just
if I'm getting a Ricochet, who can guard ones and twos,
you rotate backwards.
If I'm getting a Ricochet who can guard ones and twos,
that's called a
he's guarding ones and twos. I'm not worried about the switch now.
I haven't seen this dude guard no 1 and 2.
Have you seen him play?
I know what I have seen, Matt. I know what I have seen. I seen a season of 2 points per game. That's what I seen.
3 points is 30.
Do I need to pull that back up again for you so you can look at that? Hey, gang.
3 points in 13 minutes.
Wait. So,
Matt, we gotta end the show, man. Unless you gonna keep it going. You gonna keep it going, man? You hear me, Matt? You gonna keep the show going? Okay. Well, listen up, gang. Hey, I'm up out of here. Matt gonna hold it down, man. Salute to everybody who tapped in. I'm up out of here. Y'all know I'm going right back to the garage. Shout out to everybody who tapped in. Jay tapping in for the first time. Salute. And salute to the homeboy Ron who tapped in for the first time. Appreciate that. Appreciate for everybody who's tapped in, who come on the panel. Matt, Darian, John, RJ, Marion, Ryan, Kool-Aid, Ticket, whoever I'm forgetting. Hope I ain't forgetting nobody. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. And Matt gonna keep the show going. And I'll catch you with y'all later, man. I'm out, guys.
All right.
Go Sarr. Sarr won.
I wouldn't be mad at Sarr. I just don't.
RJ and Darian, would y'all take Franz Wagner on the Hawks as a wing option if he was available?
Said Franz from
Franz. I would definitely take Franz.
Franz Wagner.
I like Franz.
I like Franz, but not more than Sarr.
His numbers, his numbers his last 2 years in EuroLeague match Ricochet's numbers his last 2 years in EuroLeague. Their numbers over.
Is he an SS guy?
If you would take Wagner, you would take a Ricochet. So my thing is with Sarr, like we don't need Sarr. Like he's a luxury. We need a wing defender.
Well, if I'm gonna say, hold on, Matt, Now, here's the thing. If we don't take Sarr, I'm going to give you a guy who I would take who also has great offensive production, and he can also be a great wing defender as well, and he proved that in the tournament. Give me Harrison Ingram out of North Carolina. 12.2 points a game, 8 rebounds a game, 2 assists a game, and he's 43% from the field. And he knows how to create his own shot. 6'7", 235, 240 pounds, bro. That is a guy that I would take if you don't take Sarr. If you talking about drafting a wing, I would take him as a wing because guess what? He got that attitude that we've been lacking for a minute. He got that ninja type attitude.
I mean, I'll have to look into him.
You get what I'm saying?
I ain't
bro. For me, I'm just completely.
I'll have to look into him.
I'm completely against taking a wing that can't create their own fucking shot. It makes no sense.
DeAndre can't do it.
But Darren, he can't. How many games did you watch? Or are you talking about highlight? How many games did you watch?
I've watched a couple. Matt, he's a spot up shooter. He gets most of his points from spot up.
No, he doesn't. He's a good mover.
Yes, he does, bro. Do not let me go get stats and break this down.
There's a lot you can do. If you look at the
he's excellent in the full court. He's excellent in transition. He moves incredibly well off ball. He's always involved in the playoff ball.
Sarr 7-1, excellent in transition.
But when you watch it, Darren, when you watch the full game,
if he's in the drop, how often is he going to be able to?
A lot of times he's not active. He's not in the play. If he's not directly getting over, he's standing to the side. He's not active in the play. He doesn't rebound. He doesn't crash down like JJ, go down there and sky for the rebound. He doesn't do that. If he's not directly in the play, he's not very involved.
Listen, man, if the free
agency players like that,
I
don't like players that doesn't do anything when they don't have the ball in their hand.
But listen, man. The free agency pool for the small forward position is so vast right now. The free agency pool for the small forward position is vast. I'm talking about this is elite talent in free agency. We're not talking about dumpster diving for talent. There's elite guys in the free agency.
I think the problem with you guys is you are only seeing Reese
you gotta pay for that, right?
Small forward. He can play either 2 or the 3. Like he's good at both. He has the size. He has the
He cannot. No. He cannot play the 2. He cannot play the 2. His handle is not good enough to play the 2.
Yes, he can.
Yes, he can.
He was at the top of the league in turnovers. You already got a guy in Trae Young who turns it over. You want another dude that turns it over?
He's not gonna have the ball.
RJ, we have the fan base haven't been clamoring for a Klay Thompson type next to Trae.
Okay, hold on. Real quick, Jay.
He's not
gonna have the ball. So are we
I don't think you guys
go back to
like,
where
this
Trae is
dude
the only
really
one that
shot
has
like
the ball in his hand?
over 200 attempts. Like that's a real body. He shot 40%.
I want to hear wait a minute. I want to hear what John got to say about this. John been sitting on this for a minute. Hold up, man. I want to hear what John got to say about this because John been just sitting back. He been smirking. It's something over there that's brewing, and we already know John well enough to know he gonna start some trouble. So, John, how do you feel about these names that have been thrown out so far, outside of Sarr and Rizzo? How do you feel about those? About the other names that have been thrown out?
Look, a lot of these people I don't know too much about. Okay, and my problem is I don't want to mortgage the farm for any free agents. I don't want to throw good money after bad with some of these free agents. My thing is that I'm looking at the junk we got on the bench as well as in the starting lineup. I don't need people that can what was the phrase you guys were using about people who can create their own shot. I like creating their own shot, but I hate these folk that can create their own foul. And that's Hunter. He's the best create your own foul player in the league, and not giving you anything else back. That's a piece of junk that got to go. Clint Capella got to go. Bogey Bogdanovich got to go. Okay.
Oh, hey John, you know you say that, look, John. You know you say that loud enough about Bogey. Chauncey gonna come in here and find you.
Yeah, I know he's
nah. Here's my thing about Hunter though. You guys get on him, but a lot of the players you want cost more money.
The thing about Bogey is that Bogey.
But the problem is, here's the thing: you talking about money. We need damn wins. I'll pay for somebody that's gonna help us win.
Yeah, okay, well, that's what I'm saying.
Let me ask you a real question. Let me ask you a real question.
Have anybody
would you rather pay $40 million to Michael Porter Jr. to play your small forward, or would you rather give DeAndre Hunter 22? Because
I'm trying to give.
you're gonna get
No. You asked me a question. Do you want me to answer it? Do you want me to answer? Do you want me to answer it, or you gonna be like Matt and answer it for me?
Go ahead, answer that. Do you
Okay,
want
I'm
to
gonna
take
answer
Michael
it for
Porter
you.
Jr. 40?
I want the gentleman, the player, regardless of price, who's going to help us win games. I don't give a damn about the price because guess what? You have to pay. You have to pay to win. It's what it is, dog.
Right. Thank you.
That's
Right.
But it's
Right.
Michael Porter Jr.
That is the key right there, bro.
budget.
You have to spend money to win. You
do.
can't sit back and say dumpster dive, but then sit back and say, well, I don't really want to spend no money. Bro, listen, if you have a chance to get Paul George, I don't care if I can pay him, I'm gonna pay him.
To do what?
What are we talking about here?
Here's the question.
You spend the money for talent, bro.
Let me ask you,
RJ, Boston did not bat an eye when they played Jaylen Brown. They said Jaylen Brown, right?
It's
a number down and we'll sign.
I want to ask Jay a question.
To clear the books to get a guy like Paul George, right? You're gonna have to talk. You're gonna have to part away. To get Paul George, he's gonna command something around $35 to $40 million.
Don't care. Don't care.
Okay, but you don't care about that, right?
Are you in
but
the
you have to
business?
trade two guys and basically get nothing back to clear that money.
Jay, I got a question for you. Are you?
Hey, you know what 0 times 0 is? 0. So if those dudes was 0 with us,
are you closer to
RJ,
winning? Are you going to be closer to winning with a Paul George on the roster and like a big man, the quality of Bruno Fernando as your backup, with nothing else behind it because you gave all the money to Paul George? You had to trade guys to clear the books. Are you any closer to winning with him on the roster?
We don't even spend over the luxury tax in the first place.
First off, we don't spend over the luxury tax. Injuries, like that was the problem.
Jay, we don't spend over the luxury tax first and foremost, so we don't spend money. Secondly,
you're right.
I want to ask you this: are you in the business of winning games or being entertained? That's my question.
No, I'm in the business.
Because wait a minute. I'm gonna finish this question because here's the thing. I asked the same thing on my podcast, and John will tell you that because I said hands down, are you in the business of being entertained, or are you in the business of being entertained by winning? Because there's a difference. You can be entertained by a damn monkey at the zoo by playing horns and shaking bells. Now you could easily go and spend money and bring guys in here that's actually going to help you win and get to the playoffs and get through the playoffs. We have not spent money. We've been trying to sit here and spend pennies on the dollar, man. That's the problem. We got a cheap ass organization. Let's just call it what it is, man. Or when we spend money, it's not worth it.
But Ryan,
this is what I say to you.
But
I
Ryan,
do
my
agree.
thing is,
I'm right. You're right. They have tried to save pennies on the dollar. When they traded Kevin Huerter, when they got in DeJounte, when they moved John Collins for effectively nothing, but they got lightning in a bottle on Jalen Johnson, right? The problem was they didn't try to find a true forward behind those guys. So you had a 3-4 rotation of Hunter, Jalen Johnson, and Sadiq Bey. So if Hunter goes down,
I'm gonna give
which
you a
you know
wasted
he will
pick.
do,
I'm gonna give you a wasted pick that we wasted money on. We wasted money on AJ Griffin.
Hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. If Jalen Johnson goes down in the year, who's playing behind Jalen Johnson? Who you got to start?
Again,
Bay, right?
You got Sadiq Bay's out. He's out.
Okay, but like hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. They had 3 forwards on the entire roster last year. If one of those guys goes down, now you have to start the other guy. And if 2 of those 3 guys go down, you have absolutely nothing. That was the bigger problem to the Hawks than a talent problem.
And
you had another example, right?
Who did
another
it,
example.
Jay?
There's a pretty big fall off in talent between a Bruno Fernando and an Onyeka Okongwu. We could all agree to that, right? We could all agree to that. So what happens if one of Capella
and RJ
who did we play?
RJ don't like it.
Hear what I'm saying. If Clint or Onyeka gets hurt, right? Who now has to play real minutes on the Hawks? A guy like Bruno Fernando, like that. That's the problem. That's more of the problem. Like if I could see the Lord of Sarr if he hits on his top 1% outcome. That's a Jaren Jackson level player. If it's the floor, you're looking at Nick Claxton, which that's a guy that you can easily find when you're really thinking about it. Like he's more of a floor. And if you're
bro,
looking
here's
at
my
what's
question
on the
I got
Who
for
give
roster,
you better numbers?
But
like,
here's my
what
question I got
y'all
for okay.
understanding
Now
is the
you
Hawks
just
already
mentioned
have a
something now.
project
You
like
just
that.
mentioned something. You mentioned depth. We drafted AJ Griffin, hoping that this dude was gonna be something nice. This dude literally is as bad as fried buzzard meat 3 days old. That's how bad this dude is. Let's keep it a buck, bro. And all I'm saying is, if you gonna sit there and spend money, you go get players. You actually get a scouting department who can actually look at talent, really look at talent. This was the problem that the Falcons had, and I said this long. Wait a minute. I said the Falcons had this same problem for the longest, and the Hawks got that, bro. The Hawks have a problem. You don't have anybody in that office that understands how to scout talent. That comes from having experience.
I don't think I agree with that. I don't think I agree with that because
you don't have to agree with it. The results of the team shows it.
You talk about AJ Griffin,
the results,
right? But
the
problem with AJ Griffin, the problem with AJ Griffin is defense.
Ryan, when Landry Fields took over, right? He fired 5 scouts. He replaced all of them. That takes time.
And again,
so this front office the scouting department has only been in place for like 12 months. And you look at last year's draft, it's a pretty damn good draft. Most people would say.
The problem.
The 3 guys
before he was
are pretty good players.
Was he? Here's the question: was he not a part of that scouting department as well before he got promoted? Yes or no?
Thank you.
Yes or no?
Listen, if I may,
no excuses.
I want to speak on the lack of.
Ain't no but. It's either yes or no.
Hold on. But
come on, dog.
No. But Ryan. If you go back when around the time we got Slank left or got whatever happened and Landry took over, the articles, everything, the report, the noise was they had numerous disagreements about the roster. Landry and Travis had numerous disagreements. One of them was AJ Griffin.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem.
I got to speak on this.
Tari Eason.
The reason why
I don't think AJ is that bad. I just think it's a defensive problem for AJ, and coach doesn't like his defense.
Listen,
I think shooting the ball, AJ is fine.
I got to speak on this though.
Now we speaking on.
We were talking about the lack of forwards, right? Exactly. The lack of small forwards. You know what the biggest reason why we didn't have a lack of small? We had a lack of small forward because the ownership didn't want to pay the money. They could have paid Vic Krejci to back up to have him in that small forward. They could have paid some other guys to have out there, but the ownership did not want to pay the money.
Hey, RJ,
I don't know.
Hey, RJ, what did they trade? Hey, what did they trade Kevin Huerter for? I forget. One of the sports that we got rid of. What they traded for?
First round pick.
Those dudes ain't even
RJ, my problem with that is if you look at Dallas, right? I always say Atlanta spends the money, they just spend it on the wrong dudes. If you look at Dallas, right? Everybody who all Hawk fans are fiending over Dallas, right? Dallas payroll is only $5 to $7 million more than the Hawks. So
I think they have a 7.
But here's the thing: they have more competent people in their front office. That's the difference.
That's a fact.
So hold up. So wait a minute. No, I'm gonna get back to my point because I gotta answer Matt's question. Matt asked me a question a while ago before we got derailed. So I'm gonna answer that for you.
Let me go after you.
Here's the problem that you wanted to talk about. You're like, oh well, Landry fired all these guys, and this happened. Here's my thing. Landry was originally a part of the group that he was with originally. Let's get that straight. He was with those guys, the ones that he fired. The problem is this: when you have experienced people that understand how to draft, you don't fire them if they're bringing in people. This is what you do. You see who the 2 best are out of that situation because it was 4 people he fired. You take the 2 best out of that situation that have the most experience, that actually understand not only the game, but how to understand how to evaluate players. And then you bring in whatever staff you want. Because here's the thing. If you ever look at it, I keep referring back to the Falcons because they understood it. They understood the mission. You brought in a new general manager with Terry Fontenot. You brought in guys that were up under him that had experience, that were still kind of helping him out and he was leaning on. The Hawks have not done that with Landry. The thing was, it should have been told to him, hey, you're going to keep the 2 best scouts that we have here and the 2 best talent evaluators. You bring whatever else you want in here, but we're going to have to keep some experience in here. And I need you. And here's the thing. I'm not going to ask you. You're going to lean on these guys and see what their experience is like. It's a difference. You have to be able to be stern in that situation when you're trying to turn around an organization with a young general manager, because he's going to make mistakes. Yes. But at the same time, if you can limit some of the mistakes that he makes by bringing experience in to help him to make him better and be the guy that you believe Landry can be, that right there makes a difference. But right now, he's pretty much a fish out of water with no experience with him, dog. Period. That's all I got.
Let me get this in real quick.
I don't think Landry is doing a bad job.
Real quick. Let me get this in with real quick. I made a list. I'm gonna read it off. It's our draft picks since we drafted Trey. Listen to this: Kevin Herter,
gone.
Cam Reddish,
gone.
DeAndre Hunter,
solid.
AJ, Tyrese, AJ.
You missed on yesterday.
Lundy. I missed a couple.
Not yet.
London. Now we got all of these players that are around 6'7", 6'8" that I just called off.
Yeah.
And y'all are suggesting that we go out and get another 6'8", 194 pounds small forward shooting guard.
Yes.
My question: when have we ever drafted a big man?
Here's my thing. Here's my thing.
He's coming out the bathroom.
Let me give you a full disclosure. I don't think that the Hawks can go wrong with taking one of either Ricochet, Klingon, or Sarr. I think that for me, I am looking for guys that have high floors that I know can help me now, that are going to be good NBA players for me that I can control for the next 4 to 10 seasons. That's what I'm personally looking for. If it's Sarr is obviously the most attractive upside guy, but he also has the lowest floor. His floor is truly not an NBA player. Whereas Klingon and Ricochet, I know Ricochet can be a solid 3-and-D wing. I know that's his baseline. I know Klingon is going to be a very solid big man.
Let me ask this question. What is the turnaround time for this team at present? What's the turnaround time we looking at?
Well, that depends on if the upper management is going to keep Trey or not. Because if they're keeping Trey, then it's now. You don't have development time anymore.
Hold on. Regardless of whether you keep Trey or not, there is no scenario. Looking at what we got right now. Okay, looking at what we got right now. Even if you get whoever for your first round pick, you're not turning this around in a year.
No,
you're not trying to turn
it around in a year. What you have to do, you cannot have another playing season. The Hawks next year, success in Trae Young's mind is going to be, are they in the playoffs? Did they get to the second around the first or second round? Because here's the reality. Trae Young's last year on the Hawks, the last year that we really have is next year, is this upcoming season. Because after that, you go into his final year, 2025, 2026. The next year after that is a player option. So if you can't make it work with Trae this time next year, and he wants out, you have to trade him. Because the upcoming season after that, you're gonna be getting pennies on the dollar. So your off season with Trae starts a year early. So you have to be in the playoffs doing what the Knicks are doing next season.
Well, you might need to let him go now, because the thing is that this is no scenario that you can put together is going to put the Hawks at even fifth.
No, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
No,
here's my thing. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that, because the Eastern Conference is very flat. It's the Boston Celtics who are head and shoulders above all the other conference, and everybody else is around the same. It just comes down to injuries between who finishes second to 10th. That's all it comes down to.
No, I can't.
That's all it comes down to. Because look, the Hawks, before all the injuries started, I think people have a hard time remembering this. The Hawks started the year 12-4 when everybody was healthy. Everything was working. Then the injuries started. And they went on a massive backslide and never recovered. So
we were 8-5. I think we were 8-5. I don't think we were 12.
It's like we were right there before all the injuries started. Like it's not hard to get into the Eastern Conference. Is so flat. It's so bad. The Celtics are going to probably win East again next year because they're head and shoulders above everyone else.
That might be true. However, you got Indiana, which is on the come up.
You're not that far off from Indiana. Indiana is going to be limited this offseason to just re-signing Pascal Siakam. That is their move. They got to give him
Well,
$40
no, I
million.
hope not, because Pascal Siakam disappeared.
It doesn't matter. They gave up the draft picks. They went to the
y'all
conference
can't,
finals.
because see, I
They
remember
said priority
everybody in
number
here
one
was
is
talking
re-signing
about
him.
getting Pascal Siakam and mortgaging the whole team to go get a Pascal Siakam.
Well,
and
okay,
that
but
joker
see, that goes into you
disappeared.
want to spend money on the wrong guys.
Yeah,
well, listen,
true.
man.
True.
Listen.
Hold on with you.
Hey, if it works, you look like a genius, right? So here's the deal, man. You have to pay to play, bro. You have to pay to play, man.
Now here's my
Sometimes you
question
may
for you
have
guys,
to give up a little bit more to get what you want. But see, my thing is just with the Hawks as an organization, they don't have a vision of what they want this team to look like. What we're talking about is our vision of what we want the team to look like. The Hawks don't have a clear-cut vision of where they want this team to go. Because when I'm talking about drafting Sarr, I'm talking about building around my star point guard in Trae Young. I believe if you go with a Ricochet, I think you need to move off of Trae Young and let DeJounte Murray take point. And you start building around DeJounte Murray.
I'll go further, RJ. I'll go further. If you go with Ricochet, you need to trade them both, I think.
Yeah, that's the best part about
I agree with that too. Trade them both.
Okay, RJ, here's my thing. This answer Aaron's question too about the wings. Why do we need another wing? So when Landry took over, part of reorganizing the scouting department was they changed the rubric. They changed how they graded players. So the failed draft of AJ Griffin over Tari Eason, once he got rid of those scouts and got in the people he hired, that mistake isn't going to happen again. We're not going to draft AJ Griffin over Tari Eason. So my thing is with Landry and his crew scouting the players, last season was a good draft. Universally was a good draft. This year, if they have in my opinion, I believe Ricochet and Sarr are very close. I'm going with Ricochet because I think he's a better scheme fit. Offensively,
I think he's a better fit, and he has.
And I trust his floor. I don't know what Sarr floor is. He has so many things to develop. I'm not confident even Quinn's coaching staff can develop 5 or 6 reliable skills.
But Matt,
should say I know he got 2 skills for sure. He got shooting and defense.
Definitely gonna have to play in College Park.
Like Sarr has to develop his handle.
Don't like Ricochet is a finished product.
He's not. What we're saying to you is his floor is already an NBA rotation player.
I know what his floor is.
Today, he can come in the NBA right now and play.
I can fly him to Atlanta and play him tomorrow. I know exactly what he's going to do.
I know you can play him. You can't play him in the finals, but he can play on a playoff team.
The chances are what Ricochet is now is what he's going to be later on, which to me is
but you're talking about a guy that over time he's going to get bigger. He's going to get stronger.
You know what I see in Ricochet? This is what I envision with Zach Ricochet, man. I see DeAndre Hunter all over again. We're hoping he will develop into this. We hope he develops this particular skill set. We're still waiting on DeAndre Hunter to become this defensive stopper. And let me explain something to everybody. When people talk about Dre, they act like Dre never had a big game with Trae Young. Dre has had big games with Trae Young, but Dre is just too inconsistent. That's the same thing I see with Zachary Ricochet, the inconsistency.
But see, here's the thing with DeAndre Hunter. I think a lot of his inconsistencies are traced to his injuries, because when he gets back and he gets in his groove, he runs off 3-4 games of scoring 17 to 20 points a night, and then he gets hurt. And then he has to come back in and refine his rhythm, and he's just not good. I think the problem with Hunter is more injuries than it is consistency. He is a solid defensive player, and I don't think you guys understand that. It's not, you can't find too many good defensive wings that also are going to go down on the other end and shoot 38% from the three. I'd like for him to rebound more, but you have to figure guys that are true upgrades over him are your Brandon Ingram players. If you go out and get that, fine. But like this notion of go out and get OJ Anunoby is silly. They're the same guy. They're literally the exact same players, same injury concerns. everything. And OG is gonna cost $30 million and DeAndre Hunter costs 20. And I'd rather keep that kind of big wing next to Jalen Johnson because I know that works defensively. And I'm just trying to look for another guy that's around their height that can work and play defense and knock down shots next to Trae Young. When we were at our best with Trae, it was double drags, heavy pick and roll, 2 big sets. I know I can get that from Jalen Johnson. I'm looking for a big 5. That's why Klingon makes a lot of sense for how we play. He's going to set hard screens. He's going to be a hard roller. He's good in the short roll, and he's developing a solid, reliable 3-point shot.
So
he's going to eat all the boards.
So
he's going to eat all the boards. Like,
so let me see. I'm just curious. Y'all really believe Zachary Ricochet can really play alongside Jalen Johnson? Because I really don't see him.
Yes,
I think when I look at
Johnson is gonna have the ball in his hands, and he's an elite passer, so he can find. See, people want Trae to play off the ball, but I'm like, nobody else on the Hawks besides Jalen Johnson can actually get Trae Young the ball. I don't think y'all understand. I love DeJounte Murray, but as a passer, he leaves a lot to be desired. Like he can make simple, basic reads, but he's not making the cross court. Like when you look at Jalen Johnson. When he has the ball, you go watch his highlights next to Trae Young. Trae is actually running off screens because he knows Jalen Johnson can find him with the ball. When the
let me ask you and Matt this. Do y'all really trust Ricochet's handle? Do y'all trust his handle? Because his turnovers are high.
That's the thing. He doesn't have to handle the ball right away. All he has to do is shoot off movement, run off screens, attack on closeouts. And in the open floor, I think he has a decent enough handle. He processes the game. So when I'm looking at these guys, I'm looking at how fast can you read the game. And when I see his highlights, he's processing and making passes. Like he's a very good connecting piece. He is seeing a lot of things in the game very fast. Wembanyama himself was saying when they're in practices, when he was playing on the national team with him, and that's the other part. He's 18, 19 years old. He's going to be on the Olympic team for France, and that's a really good team. Like this guy, his floor level is really good. If he never develops into something, that's fine. But
he has an high IQ.
3-and-D wing. Like
he does. RJ, and you can tell he has a high IQ, but how well he moves off the ball. Like if you watch, I'm not talking about highlights.
His dad was a national team French basketball Hall of Famer.
His dad and a Hall of Fame in France. But
like he sees the game very well. I don't think y'all looking at raw highlights and talent, but like look at
RJ. I'll put it in the private chat, RJ, for you to watch like 20-minute segments of the entire game. Like
forget the stats, the numbers. Nobody cares what 18-year-olds do in Europe.
He's always moving. He's always cutting. He's always moving. He knows when to find the seams and how to attack angles off ball. That's very important because
my biggest gripe for Ricochet
is he does attack, right? And like I don't know if y'all remember whenever John Collins would try to cook, how he would just randomly lose the ball or fall. There are times when he does that. But I think the biggest issue on why that is for him is a strength problem because he's not big enough yet.
Well, here's my thing. When I look at Jalen Johnson trusts his handle when he's attacking the basket, right?
But Jalen Johnson's handle and Ricochet's handle coming into the league are not. It's way easier for me to get you a passable handle. He's not gonna have a flashy, super in between the legs, step back. Only dude
because
out of Europe that
did that. Let me ask you this: when Ricochet's 3 ball is not falling, because every shooter goes through cold stretches, right?
Yes.
When his 3 ball is not falling and he has to get in the lane, y'all believe he can get in the lane? Because I don't see that.
Yes, I will trust a 6'9", 6'10" guy in shoes that is a good slasher. He's already shown. I think when you go and really watch Ricochet, you will be very shocked on how athletic he is, especially jumping off 2 feet. Like he is pretty bouncy. Is he Jalen?
Because that's the thing for me. Because when you look at the 3, the 2, and the 1, when you look at those particular positions, you have to realize when that 3 ball is not falling, you have to have that athleticism like a Trae Young, like a Jalen Johnson. Murray, he not so much because he does the pull up. You have to be able to get in that lane, attack the lane, and lay the ball up. Ricochet, I haven't seen one highlight with him doing that.
But you got to go back. So
that's a telltale sign that you haven't been watching. I'm telling you, when you watch him, you'll see him. He slashes a lot. He dunks a lot. Like
when you RJ, I'll put it in private chat. RJ, you got to watch. You gotta watch the whole. I'll send you. You gotta watch the whole 20-30 minute clip of the whole game, and you will see how well he moves off ball. Now it's not in the highlight clips or whatever, but like you will see his finishing, left hand, right hand.
How good he reads the game is
on the
incredible.
ball. Like it's pretty spectacular at his age. What he's able to do.
I agree that he's a great cutter with his finishing ability. I know he can be in the league. Like if nothing else, I know I'm getting a very solid 3-and-D wing at 6'9". That is hard.
And his defense also is pretty good.
He does like his defense. He literally guards 1 through 3. When he gets stronger, he should be able to guard 4s. And I know he can play next to Jalen Johnson. I know he can play next to DeAndre Hunter. I know he can play next to either one of the 2-point guards that you pick. And I know that just like you guys are saying, what the Hawks are best at, what Quinn wants to do is he wants a drop coverage, rim running type big. You can find those guys for $10 million, $15 million. Like you're talking about Mitchell Robinson level guys, Daniel Gafford. Like those are the guys that fit the scheme of what Quinn Snyder has always ran. None of his teams, not even in Utah, were heavy switching teams. That's not what he does. So a guy like Sarr is really redundant, and I don't think he's a 5. I think he's a 4. And I don't think Jalen Johnson is a 3. I think Jalen Johnson is a 4. And I don't think those two guys can really play together if Sarr is not a 5. That's the bigger concern to me. Is like Sarr is a dude that's like to play with Trey, you have to be able to play in the pick and roll. He's light. He's slight of frame. He's not going to be able to generate that much cleanup. So if I really wanted a big at number 1, I would just go clean because I know next to Trey Young.
And he don't finish well through contact. He don't finish well through contact.
I don't understand. Okay, I don't understand why you guys get to project for Ricochet for what he can be, but we can't project for what Sarr can be. You're right. Right now,
he projected for Ricochet. We said if all else fails with Ricochet, he never gets better. He's going to be a very solid 3-and-D wing. That's his floor.
Very good shooter. Very good shooter. He's going to be a phenomenal
shooter. Already there. Like he's a guy today that can get 20 minutes in the league today. With Sarr, a big part of his game on whether or not he hits his potential or if he's really a solid player, anything more than just a bench player or even an NBA player at all, revolves around his ability to actually play in the pick and roll, pick up weight, rebound, and shoot. Like he has a lot of things he has to work on. And again, I
disagree with that.
What is his NBA level skill today? Like, what is it? Like
his defense. What do you mean? You can't.
Okay, but for a team like us, right, that's gonna play in a drop, are you gonna be okay with that?
But listen, here's my thing. The Hawks desperately need another center. You can't just go into the season with old Clint Capella, worn down Clint Capella on Yeka and the other guy. I can't even remember his name right now. But Bruno Fernando. You cannot go into the season with that.
But RJ, why you can't just get a
what
free
I'm
agent
saying
deal?
is whatever I have to do, whether I say this is what I said, if it's me and if I can trade back in with the Spurs or if I can trade back in with the Rockets, what I would personally do is I would take Klingon at 1 and I would be trying to trade back in at 3.
But you have to have a trade partner though. Like people,
that's what I'm saying. Okay, now you have to look at what do the Hawks actually have. You know they have to pick a guard. And you know that both the Rockets and the Spurs want a guard. And that's why they keep coming up in trade rumors, but they're talking about the wrong guard. They're talking about getting Trey. So if you're going to decide on Trey as the Hawks, you have to flip Murray to Houston and see what you can get for salary filler in the number 3 pick and go get Klingon. But if I'm going to take a big man, I am not going to reach on Sarr at 1. Like that is a huge upside bet and gamble where I know like the floor level of what these guys are today with Klingon and Ricochet is they are already NBA players. They're not going to get to the league and suddenly become worse. This is not how it works.
You're not guaranteed that they're going to become better either. They're going to stay mediocre. There's no guarantee.
Okay, but what you have to ask yourself is,
what's the point?
But what you have to ask yourself is, right, if these guys can improve, right? So you're talking about if Klingon can develop a reliable shot, or if he keeps
Do you have okay? Let me ask you this real quick. Do you have more trust in Sarr developing a shot or Klingon developing a shot? Because even
have a better chance. I think for me personally,
hey, and mind you, Klingon can't make a shot unless he's 15 feet away from the basket.
No,
they literally talked about that. He can't make any
shot a
shots
couple
unless he's 15
threes.
feet away.
He shot a couple threes at UConn, and it looked clean coming out of his hands, and they were switches. And I think he should be fine. I don't see anything. Listen.
But we can.
I don't see anything mechanically wrong with Klingon's shot. I think it looks good. I think his free throw percentage was just a conditioning thing more than anything. And the rumors coming out of he's really crushing it in these workouts. And as he went from 280 to now 270, he's moving better the more he drops his weight. So if you get Klingon, I think he is at the combine, he was like 270, 275. You can get him into that 265, 270 range. That's a really good player. Like you're talking about a guy that's protecting the rim like Brook Lopez. And if you can get a shot on him, that's like chef's kiss. But if you can't, what he is in the short roll and how he is hard rolling next to Trey is a lot better of a fit than what you get from Alex Sarr. A lot of the allure to Alex Sarr is him cooking one-on-one against players and him making a variety of shots. But like again,
I don't think that's not his lure to me. His lure to me is his defense.
Oh,
but
tell me what is different from Alex Sarr's defense, right?
The way he moves, bro. The way Alex Sarr moves is so fucking
okay. But hear what I'm saying. Like when you look at when Mo Gay finally got healthy and he actually played, tell me what you see different defensively.
Mo Gay's not a center, or he doesn't even have a chance to be a center. At least Alex Sarr has a chance to be that.
Mo Gay could be a center at 6'11". If he got, it's the same thing.
Man. Mo G. Let me say this about Mo G. He's not built to play a center.
Thank you.
Mo G is
he's not built to play center, right? But you're talking about 7'1", 220, and
at 19 years, 7'1", 220 at 19 years old.
240.
Listen, man.
You would need him to get to 240, and he would need him to develop an ability to really ring-bound the ball and bang in the paint with NBA-sized bodies. And the bodies that are coming into the league are starting to get bigger. I don't know if y'all peeping this. Like, the small ball era is dying. Centers like Onyeka Okongwu now are wasted draft picks because teams are starting to bring back the big boy, the Daniel Gaffers, the Derek Liveleys. Those are the guys that Alex Sarr is going to have to bang with going forward. Evan Mobley might get moved to 5. Anthony Davis might get moved to 5. So again, the baseline for him.
He's compared with Evan Mobley, so I'm not worried about Evan Mobley.
Okay, but that's still fine. I don't think I understand. The floor for Alex Sarr is truly not an NBA player at all.
That's not
true. When
true.
you look at Klingon and Zach Ricochet, the floor for them is not like, they're going to be solid NBA players. Whether Ricochet is a rotation piece or a high-level starter or all-star, he can get there. Donovan Klingon is going to play 10, 15 years in the NBA. You don't actually know if Sarr is going to transfer.
My thing with Sarr, when I watch him play, and like I said, I don't watch like highlights. I watch like the full game clips, like 20 minutes.
It's a great off-possession video on Sarr. You'll see what I'm
talking about. When I watch Sarr, I don't see like the highlight stuff isn't really in games. And 1 and 2, a lot of those highlights are made up of the same games, either the 2 exhibition games or the preseason games over with Per. They weren't in the real like playoffs or the real 25 games that he played in the regular season. So my thing is like, when I watch him play, I don't see a lot of things that's going to translate to the NBA immediately.
There's a really good possession video of him.
Like he struggles with, talk about his handle. Like he struggles catching the ball. He struggles catching the ball. That's where a lot of his turnovers come, is when he's trying to create. He travels, he doubles, he carries. Yeah, but that's when he's trying to self-create. But even simple stuff like going up on a catch, he fumbles the ball. Or when he does move backdoor and they throw it to him, he's under 60% on layups. So it's like the functional stuff that I need him to do, he doesn't set proper screens. Defensively, you talk about switching, a lot of times it's chase and recover. He recovers and blocks the shot. But if you look at his feet, his technique is off, is wrong. So like
Sarr really is a wing player that just grew to 7'1". But at some point, you have to at least show me that you can do the things that, like, I think there's times where I watch him and he hits the flip shots and I think the touch is there. But a lot of times when I'm watching him, like it's not the shot it looks okay, but it's a lot of long misses from up close. Like it's a lot of hard bricks. And with Ricochet, even when his form and his mechanics break down, this dude's touch is so buttery that the ball still is going in. Like, and they broke it down with him where his feet were too close together. Like he was falling away, but the touch with Ricochet is real. Like there's nothing theoretical about that. I've seen guys.
Darren, I said the other day, like I went back and looked even from U17. I watched from U17 all the way up through now with Ricochet, and I said like he's going to be an elite shooter at the next level. Like you could just see it, like the way he shoots, the way his feet. It's like picturesque how they teach
it's
how
poetry
to shoot.
in motion. It really
it's beautiful.
It's nice.
I can
nice.
handle that. I think the handle is better than what people say, right? Like his finishes around the rim, I think are pretty crafty. Like the in between game, he has one. Sarr, that's another thing Sarr doesn't have. He doesn't have an in between game. Like he has to fade away, right? And but he doesn't really have a hook. He doesn't really have a floater. Like he doesn't use glass. Like with Sarr,
I just dropped the off possession video of Alex Sarr of all of his games, all of his possessions from all of his games at Perth, and you'll be shocked. Like in the game, he's not really doing what you think he's doing. And when you go look at the game logs, y'all talked about him playing about Ricochet playing 17 minutes and getting 3 points. Alex Sarr had games where he played 18 minutes and scored like 5, 8. Like, yeah, he can protect the rim, but again, you can find. I would rather have.
There was one game he played 22 minutes and he had 3 points.
I think we have like a fundamental difference. I think we have a fundamental difference of how we like to draft. Like I think.
No, I get you. You're saying take the upside pick, but I'm
always going to take the upside. Always.
Oh, but what we're saying about Ricochet, right, is I don't think his upside is that far away from Sarr's, because with Ricochet, if you can get him to attack off the closeout, he's a really You're talking. I hear he's a wing. I don't personally see him as a 3. I think that's a natural indication. I think he's more of a shooting guard on the wing. I think you'll play him at the 2 in your backcourt, and you'll trust that over time his handle will get there. Like Jalen Johnson is not the most fluid, twitchy guy, flashy guy with the ball in his hands, but his handle is fine. And then if I'm banking on one guy,
his handle's okay.
His handle's okay.
But he had to develop it. It wasn't good when he came in. He had to develop it.
What if I said
what I was saying was if we get Zach, I don't think that limits you.
I look at Jalen Johnson's handle and I look at Zachary Ricochet's handle and I say, okay, coming into the league, they're about the same. And when I'm looking at what Jalen Johnson is able to do at his size and how he moves, his handle is perfectly fine. So at Sarr, when I look at him, he's not as athletic as Jalen Johnson, but in terms of shooting the ball and playing in the half court, he's a lot better at that stage than Jalen Johnson was. So if I can just get him to Jalen Johnson level handle at 6'9", I know I could put him on at the 2 or the 3. I could put 3 wings next to this man. Because let's be real, like Jalen Johnson is a 4-man, but he's a wing size kind of player. He's kind of really big. He's that tweener, right? He's that oversized 3 that is now a 4-man in today's game. You can play 2 of those dudes. You can play 100 in that with Ricochet and have Trae Young, and it doesn't really matter who your big is. Your big can be a guy that's blocking shots and just gobbling up boards. Like that is the allure.
I was saying earlier, you could Darren, you could still get Brandon Ingram. Like I think
you can still get Brandon Ingram and
I would still get Brandon Ingram at the 3, Jalen at the 4, and the Conway at the 5. I would run that.
For me, I think where my mind is easier, and I think you guys are opposite. For me, it's easier to get a wing, right? Because
I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, wings in the league can like you can get a Dorian Finney-Smith. I would love to see the Hawks try to do that, but like what I'm looking at in the draft is what is the harder skill for players to develop. I see guys come into the league all the time and their handle's not really that good. And I see them every year develop handles. I see guys improve their handles all the time in the NBA. What I don't see all the time is guys actually develop reliable jump shots. That's like some dudes get in there and really stroke the ball or learn how to shoot it. Some guys do it, but there's a long for every one guy that you find that got into the league that had a shaky jumper that managed to put it together. It's another 5 of them that didn't. And it's wing players all the time that come in the draft that they say, oh, if X wing player could just shoot the ball, they'd be really good. And they all bust. We talked about
Isaac Okoro is the latest example. But
Jared Culver, like the room is littered of wing players that are in big men that if they could just shoot, if the shooting was a swing skill for them. Like, do I think Alex Sarr can be solid in the league? Yeah, but like we got to be real. The risk with him is he's truly not an NBA player. And if he doesn't come into it like that, like you might be able to get a Nick Claxton level player out of him. But think about it. Are you okay with drafting a guy who ends up being Nick Claxton at #1 overall? It's the same problem.
Either way, because I gotta go in a little. I gotta go after this. I gotta go after this. But let me say this.
I don't mind, guys. I just check back in.
I don't mind drafting Ricochet. I don't mind it. I would just rather draft Sarr because I think he's more. I think his upside and his ceiling is just way more unique.
It is. I agree with that. I think his ceiling is the highest. He feels like the most traditional #1 that you can possibly get. But like I said, I don't think the Hawks can go wrong with Ricochet.
Let me ask you this. Could I ask a question? Could I ask a question? Is Ricochet LeBron James?
No.
Okay, so why are we making a big deal about drafting?
I won't say making a big deal. I'm saying we were differentiating between him and Sarr. And for me, I think the upside for him and Sarr is not that different.
I don't think it's that different.
We're not talking about we're talking about
that
fit.
Kid is a special shooter. Like
but Sarr's the better. I mean, but Ricochet's the better fit. Even if you want to go fit, Ricochet's better.
No, he don't fit. We got so many players. We got so many players already on the team and with potential trade to fill that spot. And we also, huh?
My thing is though, you can make that same case about the center position.
No, you can't. No, you can't. Not with a 4 or 5. Look, we have to build this team to be able to compete to beat the Celtics, because that's the team we have to beat to get to the championship.
Well, that's not going to happen. I'm just going to be real with you. The Celtics are going to be the
you don't believe. I do believe.
You got 3 seasons.
I believe we can get to a championship. Listen to what I'm saying.
No, I do, but not why Boston is still. Boston has to run into the second April problem.
Boston is Boston. I know Boston is an organization that got 17 championships, and they do the right thing all the time to win championships. Okay, I get that. But in order to beat the man, you have to build your team to beat the man. And in order to do that, you have to have athletic guys that's going to, and we need a stretch big that's going to be able to go out and can defend 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And that is what Sarr can do.
He can.
Ricochet, yes, he can. I don't know what y'all been looking at, but I've been looking at it. I have seen Sarr shoot 3-pointers. I have seen
anybody can shoot open 3 here and
there. Okay, but that's what he's supposed to do. When Trey set him up for the open 3-pointer, that's what he's supposed to do.
But he's not going to make them.
How you gonna say he's not going to make them? I saw him make 3 3-pointers in a game against Ignite.
Kool-Aid,
he made
that's
3.
One game. Kool-Aid, that's one game.
I
He shot 28% for the whole year.
Listen again. I saw him playing. I saw him playing hearts with his brother, and he beat his brother. Listen,
I can send you a video of Jonathan Clingan knocking down threes and workouts right now.
Look. What I'm saying, but Jonathan Clingan is not athletic. Clingan is not athletic.
No,
he is a lug. You know what a lug is? You know what a lug is? You know what a lug is?
I'm just saying, Clingan has a better chance at being a pro in the NBA than Alex Sarr.
Clingan is a lug, man.
He is, but that's the
He's a lug. That means he cannot move. He
He
cannot move fast enough to get out on the perimeter to defend the perimeter. He is a lug. Lugs
I
have to
do
play.
think he'll struggle with that initially, but that's body position.
No.
He'll figure that out.
Look, let me tell you something. The NBA has changed. I listen to all the NBA guys talk, man. It's 3 points. It's 3-pointers and in, bro. 3-point shots and in. Cause analytics says that 3 points is more than 2.
Okay.
I listen to
So
all the
if that's
NBA
the case,
players
why would
talking
you want a
about that.
guy like Ricochet?
So
That
what
is a
I'm saying,
3-point guy.
Ricochet is weak. He can play, but he don't fit. We have other guys that already on the team.
Weak, but Sarr's not
We
weak.
already got guys on the team that has the possibility to fill that, plus a trade that can possibly build that with a better trade. There's no other centers in the league.
You can find a 5
Look,
in a trade.
when if we find a 5, guess what? If we find a 5, we have a final 5 that's going to play with Sarr.
No,
Sarr can play. Sarr, no, you don't have no versatility with Ricochet. No versatility.
How don't you? He can play 2 different
No,
positions.
he cannot play nothing. He don't
4.
play deep. He cannot play defense.
Oh,
he will get cooked. He will get cooked.
I'm gonna send you some Ricochet clips on defense. So
Now, I looked at some Ricochet clips, and I'm telling you, he don't fit
He's pretty
the
good
team.
at defense.
He good. I ain't saying he's not good, but he don't fit the Hawks team.
Y'all still talking about that, man? We don't want that dude, man.
Man, I'm about to go.
Yeah, Jay.
Hey,
Yeah,
listen,
Jay.
gang.
I'm gonna tell you like now, man. It ain't happening, bro. Cause you keep talking about that stuff. You say you a Hawks fan, man, but everybody who want anything other than Sarr,
right now,
they not looking to win now, man.
Top 3. Big order, the 3 best guys are Sarr, Ricochet, and Klingon. The Hawks get any one of those 3 guys, I'm good. I think Sarr has more concerns and red flags in his game. His floor is truly, he's not an NBA player because of the things he needs to come together. And I don't think he has a true NBA skill on offense that's gonna stick. On defense, I can see
that makes 0 sense.
How he
that
plays
makes
defense.
0 sense.
Hear
what you
I'm
just
saying.
said. What you mean he don't have the NBA? What? He don't have an
The
NBA
Hawks are not a
skill.
switching team.
Come on, man.
That's not what we
Bruh,
do. We don't
you
switch
gonna
1,
sit
2,
here and
5.
say he don't have an NBA skill when I'm looking at Zachary Ricochet and he averaging 2 points a game?
He doesn't average 2. He averages 11
listen,
in a tougher league.
Do I need to pull up his numbers so you can see it for yourself like I showed Matt?
In the French league.
Don't worry, hold up. I'm gonna pull up his numbers, Jay.
Okay,
and I want you to explain how Sarr.
When you pull up his numbers, you will see he averaged 11. He averaged 11 points in a French league.
Listen,
that was a lot tougher competition in
I
Australia.
hate when I gotta do people like this, man.
Do it, man.
Because you got up here too
I
late.
like the idea of Sarr.
Let me tell you something, man.
I don't think the Hawks can go wrong. I don't think they can go wrong.
Let me tell you something, man. Listen, I'm finna pull this up and show you him averaging 2 points in the regular season in that same French league. Hold up. Since you don't believe me, I don't know why people don't believe me, man. People just think I just make up random stuff, man. Hold up. Let me show this real quick before I
10 points, 3 rebounds
before I end the show. Hold up. I'm about to show you right now, my guy. Boom. Now let's go over this. I'm gonna go over this real quick because I already did it once. You see this right here? You keep talking about these 10 points, right? This is his best year. He gave you 10 points, right?
Right.
Not even 1 assist. He averaged more turnovers than assists. He's your 6'10" forward. He's a below average free throw shooter, 74. Hold up. The year before that, 2 points in 12 minutes.
He was 17. He was 17.
That's not a lot of minutes.
He was
to get
17.
No, it's not a lot of minutes. I'm glad you said that. So now I don't want to hear nothing about Sarr when I tell y'all they gave that man 19 minutes and he still almost gave you. He gave you what he give you. Look at it. Look his numbers
9 and 4.
Again, when people come up here and say he don't have an NBA skill set, is whack as hell. What are you talking about?
I'm saying I don't think he has a
You know who Sarr played with? He played with Man Dread.
I'm sure you've seen this already, But let's look at the videos of Sarr going against players who going to be drafted in the same draft that you
Can we pull up the off
are,
possessions? I got an off possession video of Sarr where
I
he's breaking a lot of
seen it
shots.
already. I seen every
Breaking a
last
lot of
possession
shots
from Perth. And you gonna sit here and say, hey man, he don't got an NBA skill set. Come,
No,
bro,
I'm
come
saying
on,
I don't think on
hating.
offense. I said
That's
on offense, I
hating,
don't
bro.
think.
Man,
I said on offense. I said on offense, I don't think he has a
dude, the dude got a turnaround jumper. The dude got a turnaround jumper. He was playing 14 and 16 years old. He was playing with Madrid. Who been winning the Euro League?
He been
Madrid.
playing with grown men.
He was
He
playing
wasn't
with
playing grown men
Madrid
on the
at
Madrid team. He was
16.
playing on the junior team. He was playing against
He
guys
was with
his age.
Madrid.
He was in
Still
the no.
one of the
In
best
Europe, they
Euro
have an
teams
academy
in the
system.
Euro League.
Let's look
He
up Sarr.
wasn't playing in the
We'll
Euro.
look up Sarr. We'll just look up his numbers. We ain't
You can
gotta
literally
guess.
go. It's a video of where he was talking with Paul George. He was explaining that when you play with Madrid in those big cup teams, they'll sign you, but you're gonna play in those lower divisions for them. So you're basically playing the equivalent of like junior high school basketball with them kids around your age and talent level. The pro leagues are like when you get to the NBL in Australia or where
Why did
like the
Sarr
French league.
play on the junior league for Real Madrid?
Because he's good. I'm not saying he's not
No,
bad.
because he was
He's
a
not bad.
child. He was
But here's the
14
thing.
when he signed with Madrid.
Here's the thing.
14.
Sarr,
You hear me, Jay? He was 14.
Okay, but
That's why he
it's
played
no
in the
different
junior
from
league. He was a
Ricochet.
kid.
It's no different from Ricochet. And you know what they all have in common? With Sarr and Ricochet have in common?
They French.
They're French.
That's it. That's
Is
all.
going to the Olympics for the French national
I
team.
haven't seen one. Show me, Jay. Show
But
me
look,
any
answer that
report.
question. Which
Jay, I
players
challenge you right
actually
now,
on the
Jay.
national team?
Jay,
They're in the
Jay.
same country. One guy is going to the national is on the national team.
Jay.
The other guy isn't. Why?
Okay, so guess what? Trey Young ain't going on. Trey Young ain't on the Olympic team. What that mean?
But America's a little different. We got a whole bunch of guys.
Oh, it's different.
They hate Trey. They hate Trey. I don't think they hate Sarr.
It's different now, huh?
Again,
So what you
I don't
trying to
have a
say?
problem.
What's different?
I
How
don't
come
have a
Trey?
problem with
Since
Sarr
you say Sarr,
clinging.
since you say Sarr can't make the Olympic team, why can't Trey make the Olympic team? I need to hear this.
Trey's problem is coaching. The coaching staff for them does not like Trey Young. They don't like coaches and players.
Oh, okay.
Like
So I'm
Trey
gonna use the
Young.
same argument then. The French dudes don't like Sarr. They hating.
We don't know that though.
You don't know if they hating on Trey Young. How you know they hating on Trey Young?
No, I'm pretty sure. I mean, Lloyd Pierce is on.
No,
the
you
staff.
just,
Like, come
bro,
on,
you
let's
just
be real
saying
here.
it, bro. You just saying
But,
it. Now I got you backpedaling right
when
now.
they did this year when they did the Olympics, there was like an actual tryout window, and Trey wasn't even invited, like an invite to that camp.
Okay,
Like,
so what you
a lot
trying
of
to say?
guards
You
got
trying to
stuff.
say that he not good enough to make the Olympic team to get the invite?
I'm
Because
saying
whatever
they
excuse,
didn't give him
Jay,
the
whatever
invite.
excuse you about to use, Jay, whatever
Hey,
excuse
man,
you about
look,
to use,
all
I'm about to
I'm
use
gonna
the
say-
same excuse for Sarr. Go ahead, I'm waiting for it.
I'm gonna say it again. I do not mind what player of the three that the Hawks pick, whether it's Sarr, whether it is Klingon, whether it's Ricochet. When I look at Klingon and Ricochet, I see where their talent level, their skill level, and
Klingon
their
don't
score
even
is.
have an upside, Jay. What else you
fine.
gonna get
Hear
from
what I'm
Klingon?
saying
He's
to you, though. Hear what
non-athletic.
I'm saying.
He's
Hear what I'm saying.
non-athletic. He can't keep up with forwards. What are we talking? What are we talking about?
But you have to think about how the Hawks play. They didn't give.
No, this
They
what you
didn't
gotta
give.
understand.
They didn't give Quinn Snyder.
Demond, I got
This what you gotta
so
understand.
Demond,
You don't draft a number one overall pick and have him fit your system. You draft a number one overall pick and you make a system that he fits in.
I would say traditionally you're right. I would really say traditionally you're right because typically the number one pick isn't going to a team like the Hawks that have a defined star, maybe even two, a head coach.
Why not?
And are
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Minnesota had a star already. When Minnesota got number one pick, they had
that typically doesn't happen. That doesn't.
But Demond, my question with Sarr is: you said he played with Real Madrid, right? Real Madrid Academy.
Yeah, as a child.
All right. So if he played in the Real Madrid Academy with pros over there, right? Why did he come over here to America with overtime elite and struggle so much?
He wasn't playing with pros.
When he
He was
came to
playing with
when he came to
kids around
OTE, he
his
was
age
16
group.
years old. So
Yeah,
what
he
you
was playing.
expect? So what is
if
his
he
stat
was
line?
playing with
Hold on, man.
pros,
When he
Demar,
came to
if he was playing with
OTE,
pros over there,
when he
he
came,
came over
bruh,
here.
he was in the junior league. He was 14
Yeah,
when he came
he
to
was in the
OTE.
junior. He
He
was
was
playing. He
16.
was basically
He was
playing.
6'8". He's
He was
still a
basically playing high
kid.
school basketball.
What are we talking about here? Y'all
He
acting
was
like this
playing
dude
against
was
other
like
high
22 or
schoolers.
some shit. He was 16 when he came to OTE, and he got better every year OTE. Then
Demar,
he
his
goes,
best stat was 11-6.
Your boy best year was 10 points.
But
He's playing in a pro
actual
league.
pros.
He's playing in a pro league against pros.
But he was
He's
playing in
playing
a
in a
pro
pro league
league.
against pros.
Bro, he playing in a weak French league. Stop it.
No, Demar is not a weak
the
league.
French league.
Demar is not a weak league.
Bro.
He's
Stop
playing
trying to hype up
He's
the
playing
French
in the
league
second
like
on
it's
the
some
second best
top
team in
league, bro.
France.
Stop
That's
it.
what I'm
He's
saying.
playing on the
The
second
French
best
league
team in
isn't
Y'all trying to
France.
hype up. Y'all trying to hype up that weak ass league. It's the French league. That shit ain't no better than college basketball.
Okay, who won the FIBA?
I don't know. Oh, the Euro League.
Canadians, Canada. FIBA. Canada.
Serbia won that.
Yeah, Shea Gilbert.
Yeah, Canada won.
You talking about the FIBA World Cup of basketball last year?
Yeah, Bogut them lost.
No, I think either Germany or Serbia won that. They played in the finals. We played the second place. We played the third place.
It was Germany. One of Germany versus
It was
Canada.
Germany versus Serbia in the final. And the third place game was America versus Canada.
Okay, yeah, you might be right. You might be right on that. Yeah.
I watched it. I think Serbia lost to Germany.
My thing is with Sarr. My own thing with Sarr. You're banking on production. You're banking on production you've never seen with Sarr. Never. At any level.
Man, this
I'm
man.
not worried about his production. I keep telling y'all that. My thing with Sarr is he comes to this team and he instantly makes us better defensively. Instantly. Y'all
Okay,
keep
but why do you not think
Ricochet
also makes you better defensively?
How many he can't? He got to shoot. We get, listen to me. This team gives up 50% from the field. And you worried about if somebody can shoot? You gotta stop the other team from shooting.
But that's what we're saying with Ricochet. He's actually a good defender.
Let me tell you something, Jay.
The scouts are saying this. They
Jay,
said,
show me one report.
Good defender,
Jay,
1-3 and maybe 4 depending.
Jay, show me one report where it says that Ricochet is an elite defender.
I wouldn't say he's elite, but
no.
Yeah.
You got to be elite, man. You got to be elite to come with us.
From any of them draft dudes that says he is an elite defender. I'll wait.
I got you. I probably can find some clips.
You ain't gonna find it, bro.
No, you might. It ain't nobody saying nothing about Ricochet being an elite defender. Nobody.
You ain't gonna find it, Jay.
I will tell you, based off of guys' current skill level, it's very easy to see Klingon and Ricochet being very solid NBA players.
Let me tell you something.
Today, he's not a bum. I don't know why he's a bum.
What you see from Klingon, that's what you're gonna see 5 years from now.
So look, why is Wemby not hyping up Alex Sarr like he's gassing Ricochet?
So what you're telling me is you looking for other people to confirm that he's good? Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is Wemby has played with and against both of these guys.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this then, Jay.
Once Ricochet.
Well, how come nobody hyping up Trae Young to be on the Olympic team?
What? How? That's not parallel. That's not parallel. Wemby and Koulibaly said that Zach the truth. They didn't say nothing.
I didn't say that. Guess what, Matt? You know what, Matt? You know what I heard? I remember when somebody said Cam Reddish was the truth. How'd that go?
No, that's what y'all going off of highlights. I told y'all.
I'm going off of what Ant-Man said. Didn't Ant-Man say Cam Reddish was the truth?
Y'all going off of Sarr lights.
And where's Cam Reddish at right now?
No, Cam is out the league, but you know the difference between Cam Reddish and Zachary Ricochet and why that's different. When Cam was in college, he was already showing you he wasn't.
Cam got cut by Lakers.
When Cam was in college at Duke,
well, he was with the Lakers. He was with the Lakers over there playing. He was over with the Lakers, so I thought he was still playing with the Lakers.
I mean, like I said, I think Ricochet can come in tomorrow and average 14, 15 a game.
I think Sarr comes in, gives me 15 and 8, and
no.
and our defense is top 15 in the NBA.
But see, here's the thing. I don't think you realize Alex Sarr
gonna
did
come
not
in
really
and be
play
and
that
be
many
gonna be
rotations.
gonna get that
He wouldn't
rookie
start
defensive
for you
player
Let
of
me
the
tell you
year,
what
bro.
Ricochet gonna do, Jay and Matt. Ricochet gonna come here
I
and
give him
be
20 minutes off the bench. I think he can take
playing
4
in
shots.
College Park.
He's not.
Alex Sarr is gonna play in College Park.
Alex Sarr gonna be a day one starter.
No, he's not. No, he is not. He is very far away
Day
from
one
that.
starter, Alex Sarr.
He is not. He's very far away from that. I'm just gonna be real with you. He's pretty far away from being a day one starter on our team.
Listen, Jay. Listen, Matt.
A team would have to be very bad for
If
him
y'all
to
listen, just say this. Just say, hey guys, I don't like Sarr. I'm a hater.
No, it has nothing. No,
Y'all hating, bro. Y'all hating.
Damon Sarr is a good. Damon Sarr is a good project.
He's a good prospect.
He's a good
but
project.
I have a project like that already. I have a project. I literally have that same project. A guy who can shoot 1 through 5 on my team that can shoot and
you going and guess what?
In Bogey. So
and
why
Jay,
do I
guess
want
what,
another one?
Jay, guess what? When we run out there with our front court being Jalen Johnson, Mo G, and Sarr. Ooh.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Trey and
while Zach somewhere in the G League for the Wizards. Ooh.
I'm just being
Demar,
real.
I bet you.
I love the idea of Sarr. For me personally, when I look at the 3 guys available, I like guys that I know have the baseline to be good.
Matt,
I think Sarr has it on defense, but on the other side of the ball, he has a lot to work on.
You taking Klingon?
Not at one.
If I was gonna take a big, I would take Klingon.
No, I would take Khalil Williams.
I would take Klingon for the simple fact of how the Hawks play. We're a very pick and roll heavy team. I know he's going to be able to set very good screens and get Trey.
He can't shoot.
He catches everything, right?
He can't shoot,
and he operates very well in the short roll. But again, Klingon, the word coming out of workouts is he is really knocking the ball down.
Jay, what's the difference between Klingon and Clint Capella, Jay?
For me, size. Short
That's
roll.
it, because they do the same thing on offense.
Nah, but I don't trust Clint Capella. Clint Capella isn't a short roll passer and a short roll creator, kind of like Clint is. Clint, you've never really seen the Hawks throw the ball to Clint in the short roll and it not be anything but a turnover. And when I see Clint try to shoot free throws, the mechanics of his shot are horrible. Like, it's broken. But when I see Klingon, there's nothing.
Oh, Klingon can't give me nothing, but Klingon.
There's nothing mechanically
Klingon
wrong.
give me the same thing on offense that I get from Clint right now. Besides the free throw,
because I think Klingon is a better finisher around the basket than Clint Capella.
I don't know.
I think he'll be a better finisher.
Clint
I'm betting.
He just had a bad year last year.
No, I'm betting with Klingon.
Only reason Klingon looked good was that his players around him made UConn look good.
But
those guys, those guards, and the other guys they talking about right now, they can go. One of them guys going in the top 10 draft was a team that made him look good. All he had to do was just defend down the post, and then when you get the pro. And they run him out there, man, on that stretch, on that 3-point line. He's gonna get killed. I'm gonna tell you, they gonna pull that man. They gonna start pulling that man out of that lane, and he ain't gonna be able to defend and get back.
Hey, Kool-Aid. They got a whole YouTube video of him just awful defending. Awful. They got him out there. Look, they pulled him out to the perimeter, bro. He tried to recover to the rim. Man, he's so damn slow.
I think
that's why I call him a lug, man, a lumbering giant. That's all them 7-footers like him. He's a lumbering giant.
I think for Klingon, he's gonna have a hard time adjusting to pick and pop, but a lot of that is positioning. And when he was at UConn, which I also have to understand, when he was at UConn, he was over 280 pounds, and he had a foot problem. And what they said is the rumor coming out of camps that of teams that have worked him out, they have him very high on boards, is that he's lost weight. He came at the combine. When they weighed him during the season, he was like 280, 285. He was at the combine 270, 275. He said he's working on his body. As he's lost weight, they're saying he's become very fluid. And there were times at UConn, he didn't take many. He only took like 4 or 5 threes or 6 threes. When the ball came out of his hand, it was clean. And the ones that he made was straight switch. And when I see him, that's
Wait,
why I said, when I look
hold
at
up,
his
Jay.
free throws,
How many threes did he take, Jay? How many threes did he take?
Probably took like 6. He didn't take real
And you talk
volume.
about the ones you saw was straight. Come on, Jay. 6.
No, I'm serious. He made them though. That's the thing.
6?
There's nothing wrong when I'm looking at Donovan Clingan.
Okay. So I saw Sarr in the G League game shoot 3 3-pointers, and he hit all 3 shots. He went 3 for 4. He went 3 for 4 in a G League game.
Listen,
and he was playing against G League with Hollins. He was playing with Hollins and all those guys that had the possibility to be in the top 10 draft pick.
Listen, all I'm saying with Sarr is I don't think he has an NBA offensive skill that he can rely on today. That's all I'm saying.
He's gonna surprise you, man, bro. He's gonna surprise you, man.
I don't think he's a good screener.
But y'all,
he's gonna surprise you because
his best position is the
fam,
forward.
we're gonna go ahead and end the show, man. Hey, salute to everybody who tapped in today, man. Salute to Jay for tapping in for the first time. Kool-Aid in the building once again. I got Matt, Ticket, everybody who tapped in on the panel, John, Marion, Darian. Salute to everybody who tapped in, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button for us, you feel me? And we'll be back in probably about 2 more days to discuss.
All right. Let's see if Luka them get that win.
All right, y'all.
Y'all take care, man.
Peace.
All right, take care.
Come around is when I feel like I'm safe and sound. Why does it have to be that way? Every single day I feel this way.